Yo, you guys. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello out there. Cheers. Oh, snap. I don't have the YouTube chat. One sec, one sec. We don't have the YouTube chat. Oh, shit. There we go. There we go. We got it. Okay, there is another Jonathan Rogers video that I would like to watch with you guys. Where is it? Uh, uh-oh. I think it was Legendary Drops. Um, Here we go. Cheers, you guys. How are we today? Hope you guys had a good weekend. And so we're gonna start off
Have you ever wondered what some
with this interview here. Whoops, disable that. Disable that thing. This here. How old is this? 10 days ago. So this was closer to the release of the reveal, but definitely want to check this out. So let's give this a watch, and we'll start. Then we'll start some leveling practice.
somebody with actual prestige in the games industry has to say about what's been going on over the past couple of years? Well, you get to find that out today because I got the opportunity to sit down and talk to Jonathan Rogers, the technical director for Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2, as well as one of the co-founders for Grinding Gear Games. And this is a conversation talking about their upcoming point 0.5 release for Path of Exile 2, but it's much more of a casual conversation. See, I'm not sponsored or anything like that, so I got to ask anything that I wanted to, and that ranges anywhere from stop killing games to a bunch of failed live service games we've seen over the past couple of years to a great multitude of things. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this conversation. I know that I definitely did. I got to thank you guys because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't get really cool opportunities to do things like this. Hopefully, this ends up leading to more of those opportunities down the road, though I can't imagine a lot of people wanting to talk to me. That's too bad. Anyway, enjoy the interview. I don't know how much you remember the last time that I had interviewed you. Normally, I'm a pretty laid back guy. Like, I'm going to ask some questions about the expansion. Honestly, I just like to pick your brain when it comes to just like your philosophy behind what you guys are doing in live service and video game development and the industry as a whole and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more of a kind of casual conversation to just kind of pick your brain on some random stuff. But we can go ahead and start. So,
Sure.
you said this is going to be the biggest expansion that you guys have done so far, the biggest update that you guys have done for a game so far. How much work went into this?
Well, we actually originally wanted to release a bunch of this content in 040, and then we ended up having bitten off more than we could chew. We couldn't get the in-game stuff that we wanted in 040 because it was not done enough. And so then effectively all that stuff got put in 050, which then also had a longer than usual, like extra month of a development cycle as well. So it's actually one of the like larger amounts of time between a League cycle that we've had in full development. And at the same time, like the amount of different things going on in the expansion is just absolutely gigantic as well. So yeah, it's just been a colossal amount of work, like just way more than we normally do in an expansion.
Yeah. So I got a question for that. Obviously, I look at a lot of the feedback online. I see all the different things that people are talking about and whatnot. How does that work out for you guys when, sometimes you might take a little bit longer with development. Sometimes an update doesn't necessarily deliver everything that you guys were looking to deliver. And, sometimes the community can get a little doomer over it. You know what I mean? They can kind of dread it or have some problem with it. How do you guys end up dealing with that internally? How do you guys actually like communicate that with your audience?
Well, I mean, ultimately, we just have to, take that feedback seriously. And I mean, I guess the most important thing for any game developer is making sure that, like, it's not so much that you are listening to your audience directly, but what you're always doing is like understanding the pain points that they have and making sure you're responding to them. So even in the live stream there, it's like, okay, we've got a lot of people saying that the campaign is too long and so on. And when I hear that, I'm like, okay, well, if if they feel the campaign's too long, like I don't want to necessarily shorten it for a first time player, but I do understand that when you're playing it over and over again, you want to have something that's going to improve that. So, okay, what could we do that will sort of solve ideally that problem? So, now what if we add like a bunch of wayfinding? There's like tons of like ways to find things that that you feel like you need to do. So to make it so that if you're a second time player, it's going to be way faster for you without affecting that first time play experience.
Yeah.
So it's things like that we look at and we're like, okay, how can we solve this problem in a potentially unexpected way? But you have to be really careful because it's very easy to get into this sort of us versus them mentality, and you have to really, really make sure you don't do that, that you do take them seriously. And so with the end game, it's like we have to take a really sober look at like, okay, it's like why are there a bunch of Steam reviews which are saying like 400 hours played?
You guys are getting cooked, man.
Why is that happening, right? Like, so then we're like, okay, well, we really thought really long and hard about this, like why is it that Path of Exile 1 doesn't get those reviews? Why is Path of Exile 2 getting it when PoE 1 doesn't? And we're like, okay, what are some of the reasons why they? And you take a long, deep look at that, and then you realize, okay, well, maybe the problem is that you've got a bunch of people who are, they don't necessarily know when to stop playing.
Yeah.
That was one of the issues that we had, and we wanted to improve about PoE 2's endgame. Give people like a getting off point and that kind of stuff, and just make sure there's enough content there and that kind of thing. So it's just stuff like that you just have to take a long, hard look at, right? Like you can't mistrust your audience and say that, their problems aren't real and that kind of stuff. If you do that, you're kind of doomed.
It does seem though with this time around, especially just general feedback that I've seen taken in by you guys, like it looks like, at least from the outside, I have to get my hands on it first, but it looks like a lot of, if not all of the endgame problems have been tidied up to a pretty solid degree at this point. Sure. How do I want to say this? What's your favorite part about what you guys have done so far? Because you've changed a lot.
Do you mean in all of the changes we've ever made, or just
just for this specific change? What's your favorite thing?
All right. So my thing is definitely the fact that the Atlas now feels like an actual world, as it were. Like when you go there, there's like actual like landmarks around. It isn't just an infinite span. I mean, there is an infinite span if you go further out, but like when you first go there, it's like any direction you go, there's some interesting interesting thing there that you can find. Like some quest marker that you run into something and you're like, oh shit, what's this? Like, and even just like small little things. There's like little camps of like people around and that kind of thing. There's just like stuff like that to find. And that's something that it really was lacking. Like previously you'd go into the end game and you were just like, okay, well, what do I do now? We definitely wanted to avoid that, right? You're immediately given goals and objectives, and even if you choose to ignore those and you go somewhere else, you're still going to find other things to do. So that's kind of the main thing I think that we really, really needed, and the thing that I'm probably like the most. It's weird to say I'm excited about that because it's like,
direction
once it's there, it's not as exciting. But like the first time you play that, and it's like you go in any direction, you're like, what the heck is there? Like it's just such a fun experience.
I think that a lot of people are going to have their minds blown by the sheer amount of content that you guys are going to push out with this update. I am constantly blown away by how much you guys will add to the game in a lot of cases. And, in a lot of, for a lot of other live service games, you'll see in some like a new season comes out and it's just like, oh, here's a new mechanic for this season. For you guys, it seems like when you guys go to add a mechanic, well, that mechanic is going to have a ton of different systems of its own, a bunch of other content that's going to connect to it. Then later on, it's going to somehow, fuse with the rest of the game and other systems in a lot of different ways and whatnot. You have different, reward progressions and bosses. And in this case, which I think is probably the coolest change that you guys have made, where there's all these different campaigns and storylines that are actually, giving the player some direction, which is going to be sick for a newer player. For somebody like me that just came into PoE just before PoE 2 came out.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of direction in these games, and this is going to add a lot of direction, and it's going to help a lot of people. With the scale of design that you guys reach in some cases. I mean, again, it is absolutely absurd, but how do you guys not lose your minds when you are trying to come up with a lot of this stuff? How are you not losing the plot, I guess is probably a better way to say it, when you guys are, kind of stretching out some of these mechanics in some way, or these new seasons or whatever it might be?
Well, I think the main thing is you just have to take each thing one at a time. One of the things I think is a mistake that we've made partly when we're just as a sort of development thing during this expansion, was we actually were doing too many things at the same time. And I think it's actually really important, like just as a tip for developers generally, is like focus on one thing at a time in terms of in your development as well. Because if you start concentrating on too many things, like the time between when you can like make something and then do feedback on it gets longer and longer. And that's really the most critical thing when you're working on something, is like have that feedback loop as small as possible. Like you really want to have the distance between someone made something and then like like the game director is playing it to be as short as possible in order to like to really get that going. And now this one was honestly one of the hardest to organize, just because there were so many different concurrent streams going on with like so many different in-game systems. And like honestly, I'd do review sessions sometimes, and we would honestly just forget about like certain things that we thought that like no one looked at for a while. It'd be like, oh, there's this whole zone that I haven't even seen for like a month. Like that's kind of terrible. That like it's like this is not a good situation. You know what I mean? And so that kind of stuff I honestly think slows a lot of big game companies down, right? Like when those time horizons from creation to review get long, it makes game development slow. And I actually worried a little bit with this one that we were starting to get that sort of feeling of like big company slowness, and like that's something I really want to battle, because it's like one of the really important keys to our success is the ability to deliver things really quickly, and you get that by like shortening those iteration times.
Yeah, it's really interesting that you say that, because it's how many people do you guys have working for you right now?
About 260.
260. I mean, you guys are sizable, but still, relatively small in the grand scheme of things. But like with how many different moving parts that you guys have, especially with the game not being completed at this point, and like seeing that, right. Correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like you guys touched every single end game mechanic.
I kind of figured they had more people. 260. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of people, but I don't know how much I thought they had, but maybe I was thinking closer to like 400. But 200, wow. I mean, geez, they do incredible with 260.
Every single league mechanic, everything like that, stretched them out even further, added way more depth to them in some cases, some insane depth when it comes to things like expeditions, which is just like a whole thing in and of itself. But like, how do you guys not feel like the scope creep, or like losing direction when it comes to that kind of stuff? Is it just that iteration stuff, or is it something else? Is it like trying to put the right people in charge of specific things so you guys just don't lose track of it all?
So I mean, it can be all of the above, but one of the things I think that does surprise people is like it actually can be convenient sometimes to not set the scope too early. And that's one of those things I think we almost made some mistakes of in the development of this particular expansion, because when you I think a scope can actually be limiting in some cases. Like if you are like, okay, I'm going to make a game, it's going to take 2 years. Here's exactly all the things that are going to be in it. It'll, like you actually might not necessarily be as ambitious as you could have been if you're just taking things 1 week at a time. And we're like, okay, we're going to make this feature this week, and then we're going to move on to the next week, and we're going to do this feature, if you sort of get what I'm saying. I think one of the secrets to the reasons why we're able to produce more content than a lot of other companies is partly to do with the fact that we just, we just keep developing things. It's like we'll make whatever the coolest thing is right now, and then when we've made that thing, we'll make the next cool thing. And if you keep doing that, you'll eventually have a bunch of cool things. If you sort of artificially limit the scope before you even start, you can actually find that you didn't make it. You effectively limited what you can make.
it's probably easier for you guys to be able to take things out than it is to put things in, right?
For sure. I mean, like that is something as well, right? Like if you keep making stuff, you've got also more stuff that you can cut if you need to as well. I mean, it's funny as well because as much stuff as there is in this expansion, there's even more stuff that was cut for time, right? Like there's always stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you know, like you'd be surprised how many uniques and how many skills and all sorts of other stuff is sitting on the cutting room floor as well.
So with the like the insane scope of this game, because there is a lot to it already as it is. Obviously, you guys are getting closer and closer to completing it all, and it's going to be a behemoth by the time this game is finished. But one of the things that I've noticed as a player that came from, you know, not really knowing all that much about Path of Exile, I played through the first game, I did a whole season and stuff like that, and then I played Path of Exile 2 then after that. But one of the things that I picked up on this game pretty quickly is that, like, one of the focuses, it seems, at least from my perspective, is that this game is supposed to be, or it feels like it's a lot more readable, a lot more intuitive, and just a hell of a lot less intimidating to get into. And I want to know, like, how you guys are approaching that balance. What are you guys doing to try to figure out how to make this game easier to grasp without stripping away a lot of the complexity and depth that players fall in love with this game for?
Like I think you know, it's a funny one. So like this is one of those questions that I get quite a lot because people do wonder, like, you know, they sort of assume that if you're making a sequel, you know, you've got a bigger audience for that necessarily means that you know, you have to make it to simplify the game. But I don't think that's necessarily the case. Like in a lot of ways, just the fact that Path of Exile 1 is, you know, a game that's more than a decade old, that's had so many expansions and all this kind of stuff, just means that there's a lot of people who aren't going to try it because they feel like the ship has sailed, if you know what I mean. It's like, you know, I can't really get into this now because you know, there's so many mechanics and so many things going on. And I think Path of Exile 2 ultimately, you know, just gets to be a sort of a bit of a fresh start there where people can feel like they're getting in on the ground floor. And so we're not necessarily like dumbing the game down, but like it is our intention to kind of like make things better where we can. And so things like the gem system and so on like that, like all of those things do help a lot. And things like what we're doing now with the questification of a lot of the in-game systems help with that as well. But it's like, it's not necessarily the case that we want to say we're targeting a different audience. Like we certainly aren't. It's like we're targeting the same type of player as what we attracted 10 years ago to PoE 1. It's just that they're not going to come play PoE 1 now because, you know, like it's this like crazy behemoth. But at the same time, it's like we're sort of competing with ourselves too, right? Because like if Path of Exile 2 was like way smaller than PoE 1 was, then it would mean that all the PoE 1 players would be like, what is this crap, right? Like it's got not really as much depth as what the previous game had. So we sort of have to maintain some of that as well. So like it is tricky, but ultimately I think there will just be a lot of players who, you know, like it's a would have been in our PoE 1 audience if they'd been a gamer when PoE 1 came out. And you know, now they get to now that they are a gamer when PoE 2 is coming out, I think they're gonna really love it.
Was there any fear of that, like making the game more approachable and more readable would somehow like drive away the veteran audience, or maybe see that like this new Path of Exile is less actually Path of Exile and too casual friendly or anything like that?
Yeah, there actually is a fear of that, but I think that rather than that being driven by like I'm worried what players will think, it's more like I don't want to be making a game that I'm not in the audience for, you know? Like I want to be like I am a hardcore action RPG player, you know what I mean? Like I enjoy that stuff. I wouldn't want to be making a game that I wouldn't enjoy. So you know, ultimately I'm going to be ultimately you know, it's not going to deviate too far away from that kind of stuff. And I do like mechanics heavy things with like really interesting cool stuff. Like I don't know if you've heard about the sort of there's a thing from Magic the Gathering with psychographic profiles of the different player types.
I literally just got back from playing Magic today.
Yeah, and I am definitely a Johnny player as far as that. Because you know, I'm very interested in that sort of combo stuff. So you know, that's
I'm
me.
a full
now,
aggro guy. I'm just trying to stomp on people.
Mark, on the other hand, is a classic spike player, right? He's just like whatever's the most powerful he's going to play, and he's just like an old. He's like clear speed, like he's absolutely just like churning through content. So it's good that we've kind of got both of those represented in that thing. But yeah, like it's effectively like, you know, we've got to make stuff that's going to appeal to us at the end of the day.
So my question is, like, with the direction that you guys have taken, making things a lot more clear, giving like very clear end game progression goals, right? With the quest lines and those having like their own resolutions and systems that kind of continue to unfold, things that you guys have like done with Expedition and stuff like that. Some of the quest lines I saw with, like, I really enjoy Breach. Breach has been one of the ones that I've picked up basically every single season. So seeing that there's actually like a Breach tree and there's all kinds of things that are connected with that. What's your guys' philosophy on giving all this like direction to the players when they reach the end game? Are you guys trying to like? I guess the difference, like when I look at a game like Path of Exile 1, there's a lot of mastery that just comes from kind of divining what your end game is going to be. This seems a little bit more led. What's your end goal with a lot of this?
Well, ultimately, I still think that a lot of players won't necessarily complete every one of these things every league. Like, I think that even in PoE 1, what a lot of players do is, sorry, I'm losing my voice a bit here.
You're good.
What in PoE 1, I think a lot of players do is a lot of them will they'll do Atlas completion and they'll pick a couple of leagues to do. I think you'll probably end up with a similar situation in PoE 2 as well. But ultimately, the main thing is I just want to make sure that a player is going to feel like if I do the quest lines in front of me, I'm not going to be missing out on any of the major stuff, right? I'm going to get to the pinnacle bosses. I'm going to be able to do all that stuff. And there's more for after that if you're, a really hardcore player, if you really want to be able to go out into the infinite farm version and do all that sort of stuff, there's more uniques you can get and so on. But you're not going to feel like there's entire areas of the game that you're missing. So that's kind of like the key thing I think that a lot of players will find important.
So, we've kind of covered this slightly, but I guess this is kind of just more of a broader question on the topic. But when you guys are in active development of a game, especially when it's in early access, you're getting a lot of feedback. You guys are gonna get pulled into different directions all of the time. I've seen that kind of tension destroy a ton of live service games over the past couple of years, a lot of games that have been in early access. How have you guys been able to find the balance with that internally to be able to make sure that you guys are just kind of staying on track with this game and still being able to reach that goal of, like you said, trying to release this game by the end of the year?
Well, I mean, ultimately, it has taken a lot longer than what we expected, partly because of feedback. I guess we were probably a little bit naive in believing that we could just stumble into early access and then somehow be able to get out of it relatively quickly. And it has taken a lot more iteration and things. And a lot of that has been because of various player reactions to various systems and so on. And there was an element there of just needing more content than what we had, more than what we expected in order to make it feel right. But there also just was a lot of players weren't happy with how the end game was before. We need to make sure we're doing something about that. So it's meant that we really believed, oh yeah, we'll get out of early access in 6 months. Was our initial completely naive thing that we thought.
I remember that now. Yeah,
I
forgot all about that.
Yeah, back when we started. It'll be 2 years by the time we
2
hopefully,
years of
assuming
early
that everyone's
access.
happy with the end game in 050. Then yeah, it'll be 2 years. So but that I guess you just have to.
It's
you
just
have to
what it
accept that,
took.
learn
It's
from
just
it,
what
and
it
improve
took,
that.
man.
I'm just not realizing. Did you guys
6
do
months?
early
That's
access for
crazy.
the first game?
Yeah, that's a very short amount of time.
It
2
wasn't
years
called
sounds
early
more
access back then,
appropriate.
but we did have a closed beta, as it was called at the time.
Yeah.
Of where the game was paid access, and then we came out. I don't even know if I can remember how long it was in closed beta for. It was probably something like a year. Honestly, I can't even remember at this
It's
point.
not as bad as Warframe. That game still hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, I guess so.
They still have. Technically, they
What?
never actually announced going out of beta, which is really funny.
What?
Right.
So with
That's crazy. Warframe is still technically in beta? What the heck? That game's been around for 10 years or some shit at this point. What? That's news to me. I did not know that they're still technically in beta. Wow. Oh, wow. That's crazy. What the heck?
So I kind of wanted to ask you some questions on just live service stuff, because there's been the last few years, especially since you guys have come out with your game, the games industry has been moving at an insane pace. There's been a lot of things that have been changing, whether that's increase in prices, whether that's been AI disrupting things, whether it's been a lot of different stuff. And live service has kind of turned into a hellscape over the past couple of years for a lot of these guys. I wanted to ask, from your perspective, what are most companies getting wrong about live service, at least from your perspective? Is it the business model? Is it the expectations, the product demand? Is it the fact that these games just aren't really built enough, aren't built around a strong enough core? Or what do you think it is?
I have a very strong opinion about this one, which is that I don't think that live service game companies are committing to the idea that your players need to quit each season.
Okay.
It's actually one of those things where you cannot sustain someone playing a game forever, and even trying to do so is a terrible idea. Players need to come, they need to have their fill, they need to leave, but they need to be
Yep.
happy, and then they want to come back next season.
That's
It's
so
just like
darn
so
good.
ultra important.
Yep.
And the funny thing
Yep.
about this is that game
That's it.
companies like so we actually did a talk about this at GDC many years ago. Chris did it, and like I run into so many developers who are like, man, that talk was so good. It's like, informed of our live service stuff that we do. But the funny thing is they don't necessarily have the actual balls to truly do what it's saying in terms of like, resetting the economy every time and actually like making sure that people like, like are starting
Yep.
scratch and playing through,
Yep.
like that kind of stuff is super important.
Just watching them be like,
And
true, true, and they're not doing any of it.
I mean, it's not they do none of it, but you have to
Yeah.
commit, right? Like it's one of those things. It's like you really do. And the thing is, it is scary because what happens is that every time we do a release, we get a big pop of players, and then the only way the players go from that point is down, right? Like
Yeah.
they're going down, they're going down.
Yep.
So there isn't like a happy day where you're like, oh yeah, the players went up during that whole period. And then as you come to the next release, you're like, oh god, are the players going to come back? What if they don't come back? Like it's scary
Yeah.
to have that kind of strategy. And so what happens is that you'll get a bunch of these game companies who are like, oh, we have to be making events and we have to be doing all this stuff to kind of keep players engaged, and we have to like,
No.
do all these like dark patterns to
No.
like keep them coming back every,
Just
like every
yeah.
24 hours they have to log in and like all that stuff.
Diablo does that with their events, and those are okay. Those yeah, like the extra caches like that stuff's fine. But doing like full-fledged events like in the middle of the season to keep players engaged, to keep them around, like that's just you're just admitting in some cases, not maybe not with every game, but it's like in a way it's like you're just admitting like yeah, we're lacking content here. Like GGG, they just spend 6 months and throw out a massive content patch. Well, that's the content. They don't need to do any mid-league extra content events of any sort. Like yeah, and they just know there's that expectation that the player will quit the league at some point, whether it's a couple weeks or a couple months, and yeah, they just get back to the drawing board, back to working on the next content update, and right, they're confident the player's going to return because of that. So he couldn't be more right about that. Yeah, it's
The stuff, like they try to do all these things to kind of keep the player numbers up, but the answer is like the only number that actually matters is that launch day. Like that's the number that matters,
That's
and then
it.
the players will drop
That's
after
it.
that, and that's fine and expected and good.
Yep.
But the thing is, they have to come back. So the number you should be looking at is what's the growth release to release. Like you don't care what the
Okay.
what the numbers are, like like within a release. What you care about is like, did they come back next time? And
So
if you
it's
can
kind
go
of
that
like
number,
Calgur for you guys, right? Because that update for PoE1 was massive, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah. And that one had like a few things going on with it. Like part of it was that it was like like right before PoE2 came out, so that one was the biggest we've ever. But here's the thing, right? And something that I'm really happy about is that PoE1's player base hasn't shrunk. Like so, like that was the biggest one. But then after that point, like all the releases have actually like have not shrunk. Like even though PoE2 is already
Wow.
out, like if
Really?
PoE1 can just stay that size forever, I'm honestly incredibly happy with that. Like that's a game that we can just maintain forever and
Oh,
keep
yeah.
on going. So but the thing like with PoE2, right? Like if we can get like that growth league to league, then like we're
And so they're gonna maintain PoE1, of course. That's gonna keep the the hardcore fan base and just players in general that still enjoy PoE1. That'll keep them around. But that's not to say that they're just gonna do the bare minimum with PoE. Like I definitely don't want that to for people to hear that and assume that's they're just gonna do the bare minimum and just keep the game alive. But because that's not the case, they have plans to eventually redo all the graphics, overhaul the character models, right? They talked about that in the past, where once PoE2 is all sorted, they're going to come and take all of that technology that they've used with PoE2 and port it over to PoE1, in regards to the character models, and who knows, maybe they're going to continue to touch up the remaining acts, right? They did a complete graphical overhaul of Act 1 way back. Maybe it's been over a year at this point, but so that's what I'm just trying to just nail home, like that, just because he says, oh, they can maintain it forever, it's you can still confidently expect, I think, pretty sizable content updates. It's nothing to get too worried about, I don't think.
we're golden, and I honestly don't care. If you quit after 2 weeks, like that's like absolutely fine. Just so long as you're keen on coming back next time.
You guys have kind of just like trained yourself by fire, like a trial by fire when it comes to that, because you guys have just been through that cycle so many times of just
So many
like
times, yeah.
massive spikes in players and then
Yep.
absolute craters for just,
Yep. Yep.
months and
And
months
then
on end.
and then every single time I'm like critically scared that the players won't come back. Like it's no way to live. Like I'll tell you, like
Yeah.
it is like one of the most depressing the most depressing things, because the funny thing about it as well is, right, so every day when you're like obviously I don't really look at the stuff anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not looking at the day-to-day like daily user stats or anything like that, because as I said, it doesn't really matter. But every time it's still scary, like going into that next release, will the players come back, will they enjoy it? Because the thing is as well with a situation like that is you're incredibly reliant on how people react to the content that you're showing. And I think that that's partly like it does inform our development, right? Because when we're developing features, we have to make things that players are going to love when they hear about them, like in the live stream. Like the live stream is critically important to get right, so that people see that and they actually feel impressed, and it drives us to make the releases big and sound cool and like feel like they've got tons of content in it, because like if we can't impress someone when they see that live stream, then they're not going to come back and play that next season. So I think that's like partly why we have such like a content heavy like thing going on compared to a lot of game companies, because we're thinking so much about that.
This is just a completely random question that's going to be like kind of just interjected into this conversation, because I still want to continue to talk about some of this live service stuff, but I just lightning bolt struck me in the moment. But you're talking about like how Path of Exile 1 is a game that you guys could just continue to support forever if you guys wanted to, right? There's been a big movement that's been going on in the past couple of years with video games. Have you guys heard of Stop Killing Games?
I have.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on all of that? Especially like, I mean, you're in live service, so I'm not going to say that you're necessarily like immune to it in some cases, but like, how do you guys feel about, or how do you personally feel about like video game permanence, and especially in a day and age where like everything is digital, everything feels temporary, everything feels like it's just a subscription anymore, nothing is really based around ownership. How do you feel about that whole movement that's going on right now?
I mean, I'm personally absolutely fine with the idea of people being able to like reverse engineer games, create like private servers and that kind of stuff if they want to do that once the game's no longer in support. Like that kind of thing's fine by me.
Yeah.
So anything that's going to make sure that that isn't outlawed, that people are allowed to make like their own servers for something that is that it's not being maintained anymore is seems completely reasonable. It's one of those things that like when I was younger, I was kind of interested into like reverse engineering game protocols and things like that. That was something I was pretty interested in. So had my fair share of doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've definitely played a lot of. I've played a lot of Diablo 2 that necessarily wasn't a Diablo 2 that I had. A lot of like private servers and stuff like that, right?
Right.
So yeah, a lot of those early days of PC gaming, at least depending on what area you were playing in. But so back, that's good. That's exactly that's what I thought you were probably going to end up saying. It's usually the take that I think most people should probably have on it. So going back to the live service stuff, do you guys think, and this kind of goes along with that conversation, do you think that there's like with live service games, do you think there is a different moral obligation between the player and a traditional boxed game? Like with a lot of these box games, you go and buy a $70 game, $60 game, $50 game, whatever it is. You buy it, you play it, that relationship is basically finished at that point, right? But with a live game, the players are giving you a hell of a lot more time, a lot more attention, routine, and things like that. Does that change the way that you guys think about your responsibility to the players?
Well, okay. So one critically important thing is that I would never want something that someone bought to be no longer available, right? Like that's really important. Like just as a starting point, if you're going to be a live service game, you just have to make sure that that stuff's available, right?
Because you guys do
Just
have
like,
microtransactions, so it's not like people
yeah,
aren't
exactly.
buying anything.
That's the commitment that you've made. But I mean, I guess for the individual releases in terms of content, I still like, because I'm such in a kind of like seasonal mindset of like, this is like, it's almost like every season is its own game we're releasing. And like, that's kind of like the way we would look at it. So it's really about like making sure that we're delivering on the next one of those and the next one of those. And all of the rest of the content in the game is obviously super important. Like to make sure we're maintaining and doing that sort of stuff. But ultimately, it's like the backdrop for then what the new season is and like what's the interesting stuff that we're pushing next. Because as I said, like since I expect all the players to quit and come back, it really is almost more like releasing a new game every time, right? Like that's almost what you're doing every time you that you go into each new season. And I think viewing it that way is actually positive in some ways because it gives you that kind of like cycle. Like we're effectively, you could argue like that we're a game developer who's released 2 games, or you could argue we're a game developer that's released 50 games if you count each league as one of them.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, when we're
that.
developing, that's sort of how we look at it in terms of going through the whole phase of everything. And yeah, as I said, I think it's a more positive way to look at it.
So would you actually say that like Would you say that trust is actually the like currency for live service games more than anything else then?
Well, 100%, because I mean, ultimately, and this is another thing, by the way, that we've noticed is that um, one of the big determinants for how popular a release is what the previous release was. Like, you can actually have a situation where you can have an amazing release, but it didn't do that well by itself. But then what that causes the next release to have much higher numbers because they built the trust from the previous one. So it's sort of interesting how that is. And like effectively, you earn that by by doing good stuff that the players enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, this is just talking from personal experience for me, right? Like, I try to separate myself as like somebody that's like I guess a part of the games industry, at least from like a mouthpiece standpoint in a lot of cases, but like also just being a player. Like, I genuinely and pretty much across the board have a lot of trust for you guys, mostly just because of like how consistent you guys have been. It's usually not only just from like release to release, you guys will have a season that comes out, something goes wrong with it, you guys, even in the future, like say one of the things that I've noticed with a lot of live service games is if they have a bad season, they just move on from it. They don't go back and try to fix that mechanic. They don't try to do anything with it. They just throw it away and just say that it's done. In some cases, you guys will just straight up recognize saying that you guys can tell the difference between whether it's something that was bad or something that you guys just didn't execute on the right way. And then you'll bring it back and you'll fix it or whatever it is. You don't really like just let things go and just move on from it. But, part of that is also for me, and on a second side of it is like how consistent you guys have been with like monetization, right? Like, usually a lot of publishers would see it as a massive opportunity to be able to come out with a second game and just like completely wash their audience for a second time, make them buy the same stuff over again, all this kind of stuff. Also maybe even create new revenue, streams of revenue in the game by selling things that you don't sell in the other game or whatever it might be, increasing your prices, who knows. But you guys effectively did none of that. You guys took all the currency or took all of the different things that players have bought from the other game, transferred it to the other one. I know you guys are still working on some of that stuff.
Yeah,
but
we've still got some stuff that's still.
Is that consistency in philosophy when it comes to like monetization and stuff like that? Kind of like a part of what you guys are trying to. How do I want to say this? How are you guys communicating that with the next audience? Because like I think a lot of us older players can see it, but not everybody can.
I mean, ultimately, I think that's one of those things that if you're trying to crow about how good it is, I don't think that's actually the right way. Like, ultimately, you just have to communicate that by being consistent about it. People pick up on it, and like you just build a trust in the audience, and then that trust passes from player to player as they sort of say, hey, these guys, they do microtransactions right, that kind of stuff. Like, if people are saying that, then that's what's going to build that trust. So, we just have to make sure we're doing the right decisions. And like, we've had a few missteps in the past, right? I remember there was one time when we released this this like salvage box thing, and everyone reacted really negatively, and we put it up for sale, and then we took it down off sale like an hour later. Like there's like a couple of things like that we've done in the past. That was a long time ago, but
I don't know what he's talking.
The main thing is
he's
got to make
about.
sure that you if you do a misstep like that, that you just make sure that you don't let it slide, right? We screwed that up. We're going to change it. We're going to make sure we're going to do it right. And as long as people see that you do that, and you take the mea culpa, you make sure that you do things right. If people feel like you're honest about it and that you're actually doing right by them, then they'll trust you.
So, kind of a follow-up question with this. So, like, just talking about like I guess the business model when it comes to live service games, like it's kind of a hard thing for me not to just come out and say, but like we've had a lot of live service games that have come out and just failed immediately. Or like the last couple of years have just been an absolute bloodbath. It has been insane. We've seen, I think, in the last 2 years or 3 years, we've seen live service games that had actually failed within a week of their launch or within 2 weeks of their launch. Which like not beating around the bush. We had like High Guard and we had Concord before that. Do you think a lot of these publishers are do you think a lot of these publishers are misunderstanding because they're looking at the business model first instead of the game? Like, what is the mix up here?
I was actually having to think about this one because I think High Guard is interesting because they had correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the one that had really high numbers out the gate, right? They had high numbers and then it dropped off really fast.
They ripped about over 100,000 or a little bit over 100,000 people basically right at the beginning, and then everybody just fell off pretty much immediately afterwards.
So that is an example of something that I feel like if they had stuck with that one, they might have been able to get someone. Like, clearly it struck some kind of note because they got that many people trying it on release. I mean, there's tons of live service games that get basically nobody, and like sure, probably a game like that if you're launching into like 1,000 people, and obviously like that's not something that's going to ever go anywhere. But if you're launching into 100K people, that is honestly something that it may have been bad, but I feel like if they'd have given that a shot, and been consistent and kept on doing it and like tried for like a while, they might have been able to get somewhere with that. And it feels crazy to me that they would give up so quickly. But I guess what I suspect that what's happening there is that if you're going to release a live service game, I don't think that your plan can be that we release when we run out of money, because if you do that, then it means that you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to effectively sustain that, right? It does take a while
Yeah.
for a live service game to really get rolling and be good. Like you have to make sure that you've got like money in the coffers to be able to make that commitment, for a while to kind of keep on doing it and finding the formula and that kind of thing.
That actually makes a lot of sense now that you say that, because this is not me necessarily passing judgment on the people that made these games, but a lot of these people are coming from AAA. So like
Right.
either they are former developers of, or whatever it might be, they've worked on AAA live service games or AAA single player games, and these guys are then going and starting their own studio to make a live service game. They're probably running off of the exact same schedule and the same style of budgeting that they did in AAA, which is basically run it to the red and then release the game.
Yeah.
So they're getting
that
it.
can absolutely be.
It's a do or
That can
die
absolutely be it.
situation. They're launching the game out there and they're like, man, I hope this thing makes money. And then it doesn't. And they're like, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah. But,
Um,
I mean, yeah, you just have to keep going.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have the added benefit of the fact that this is why I am such a proponent for live service games. Or sorry, not live service games. My audience would kill me if I said that. I am such a proponent for early access games, because at least you get to get like the feedback early. You get to test the actual like the interest early. You get some funding up front. You have something to be able to work with, some gas already in the tank before you have to start moving forward. How has that worked out? I guess, how does that work out for you guys with Path of Exile 2? Because you guys not only have early access support, but you guys also have an entire other games live service support behind that. Is Path of Exile 1 fueling Path of Exile 2, or are these two separate things, or how is that working out for you guys?
Well, certainly before we released PoE 2 into early access, that was the case. But now that when Path of Exile 2 went into early access, like honestly, like it did really, really well. And so PoE 2 has been completely self-sufficient in that, in terms of just money, since that point. And I mean, obviously, Path of Exile 1, of course, because it was successful, the Path of Exile 2 early access was going to get a huge amount of people to try it. Absolutely. So in some ways, we kind of compared to another game company that was just making their first title, we've just got that inherent advantage that is I guess it's not exactly that it's unfair, but it just is what it is, right?
Yeah.
We were able to get that, and that effectively means that Path of Exile 2 just got a lot of time to be able to iterate, right? We got, because we had that early access come out and did really well. It just meant that there's a big budget there that we can make sure to get the game right. But if you're just coming out as a fresh studio, making a new live service game, I feel like you just have to have a plan for how to survive, even if the early access doesn't necessarily take off in the way that you want. As I said, if you can get a lot of players, if you can get a lot of players for a week, I feel like you do have something that if you iterated on it, you would be able to turn that into something. And you sort of see some things where people just kept on going despite the initial thing. So another great example of this is I think it's No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Where when that game released, it got absolutely slaughtered by people. It had a lot of players, but people were just people were not happy about it. And then over time, that game is they just kept going. They kept on updating it. They kept on doing what needed to be done. And now it's got a really good reputation.
That's
Yeah,
good
it's
to,
one of
that's good to see.
they
You love
just
to
keep
see that, man.
giving players stuff
That's
for
just-
free without taking money, and
I'm glad for that.
Yeah.
players are
So, I mean, that's
begging
an
them, let
example
us
of a
pay you
game-
for an expansion.
I've never played No
That's
Man's
a,
Sky.
that,
but
that's an example of a game that
that's good to hear.
that did that really well. And as I said, you can tell that something's got something just the moment that it gets a lot of players, even if they then get turned away by something. And I feel like as soon as you've got that, you actually have something you can work with.
Yeah,
so true.
Yeah, no, I agree. So this is kind of just wrapping things up here a little bit. Looking at you guys are starting to get down the road with Path of Exile 2. Obviously, you guys are going to be getting to your release, and then after that, you guys will continue to support it. You guys will have Path of Exile 1, which you guys have said, and you have continued to, even during Path of Exile 2's very deep and expansive development that you guys have had. But after these games and with these games in active development, are you guys planning on growing past this at all? Are you guys I guess my question is, I've always been kind of curious to see, because you guys have always basically just done Path of Exile 2.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever see yourself growing
Certainly-
outside of
certainly
Path of
not for a
Exile?
Certainly not for a good long while. Like,
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
no,
think
I
I don't
not
think I've got
not
another game in me for a
immediately.
while yet.
Not immediately, but
Yeah.
it's a genuine curiosity whether you guys could see yourselves growing past Path of Exile towards something else, or maybe even another genre, maybe even a, I don't know, not live service game, a single player game or something like that
I
down the
mean,
road.
maybe, but it's just like it's so far in the future that I kind
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
I'm actually the kind of person who doesn't tend to make really long term plans like that. Like I
Yeah.
always look to like what's the next thing we're doing. So yeah, it's kind of honestly not something that I could start to think about for a while. And I think you'd have to get to the point of stability where we felt like, okay, we know
yeah,
we can make PoE 2 releases that we don't feel stressed
yeah,
about. We can make PoE 1 releases as well at the same time we don't feel stressed about. If we got to that point and then it's like, okay, like I'm starting to get to the point where it's like I feel really comfortable, then I could be like, okay, maybe we can start another project then. But until that point, I just don't think that we've got the mental bandwidth to be able to do it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I'll give that to you. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, you guys have a lot that's going on right now. It's just always
Yeah,
like
yeah.
with a lot of these guys, with a lot of you guys that like just run a live service game. I've always been curious. There's been some people that have kind of like bucked the trend, and like I
Right.
think a really good example of this that I've seen, and I think it's been really cool, is that a lot of these Eastern companies that have been like historically making gotcha games for
Yeah, yeah.
ever. All of a sudden are just like, here's our AAA single player game for $70, and you're like, what? And then like these games actually came out to be like relatively solid or pretty damn good
Yeah, yeah.
games in some cases. I saw like Shift Up made Stellar Blade, and then you had the other company that made Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. There's been another one that is doing something similar. It's just been a really interesting trend to see some of these companies that have kind of taken a gamble on doing something like entirely different out of nowhere. I just figure I'd bring it up. Let's see here. Is there anything else that I wanted to ask you? I think we kind of covered this already. No, that's pretty much it, man.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been great talking to you.
Yeah, you too, brother.
So, yeah.
See
Yeah.
ya.
All right.
yep. That's really cool. It's cool seeing new. I guess not new, but for me, I've not been familiar with legendary drops. Definitely drop a sub. That's just cool to see other YouTube channels, getting a chance to interview Jonathan and whatnot. So here we go. Yeah, that was a great interview. I like how that he asked about Path of Exile 1. Just so excited for the future of PoE, man. Oh, I can't wait. $11, man. 11 days. Could we perhaps get a teaser today on this Monday, on this wonderful Monday? We have got to change to this. There we go. PlayStation Plus prices for new customers will increase in select regions due to ongoing market conditions. Prices will start at PlayStation Plus. Prices will start at $10.99 for 1 month subscriptions. Price change does not apply to current subscribers, except in Turkey and India. Jeez. Fucking prices going up again. Oh shit.
to liberate your brothers, just as you have failed in poisoning my subjects against me. Recapture the pagan!
Okay, let's get the timer here. Let's get this going. There's that. Let's get the music back. Yup. Okay, so to do the timer, it's this and stop. 1, 2 to pause. 3 is the reset. We don't want to press 3. I wonder if I can just like change the keybinds? If I just go like this. Whoops. So we just want to hit 2. 2 is the button. 2 is the button for pausing. I gotta get more familiar with the usage of this. Okay. Think we start. Yep. See if we can do Act 1 in under an hour. That's what I'm aiming. Like 50 minutes. 50 minutes to an hour, something like around there. Why can't I... There we go.
By the dreamer's will, I have another chance.
By the first ones. You're alive.
I live.
Now I would appreciate it if you could. Reach Clearfell. Find.
Rest now. I will
Gotta get used
see
to the
about
dodge
this
rolling, right? Dodge rolling out of sprint.
power. But at what cost? The miller has seen better days. Skill always beats raw strength.
Can't. Oh my god. Jeez. Okay. Very good.
Friend, I Smith. Now you could chant. Stick to the cairns.
The discipline of the forge.
I fear this land's sickness. I like to hold on to bits and pieces.
Let's ID the gloves. We got
Any that catch
Fizz.
your eye?
Let's ID here. Yep, it's
Stay
fine.
safe if you can.
Buy another wisdom scroll.
Please, take your time.
Okay. Now we go find the whatever the hell it's called. The little stash, the stash or whatever. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh damn it. How did I get tripped up there? Seriously? I think for my next, I take Killing Palm. Is what I'm thinking. I gotta find the stash. This is where we gotta, you know, practice because I don't know where this thing is even at, going around in circles. Oh, I think it's right here. I guess Frozen Locust. Frozen Locust is gonna be the way. Just gotta get good here, man.
This relic hums with power long dormant.
Yeah, let's do the mud burrow here first.
A foul lair for a foul creature. Twisted nightmare.
Gotta be deathless. Gotta be deathless here.
The tail.
Easy peasy, man. Easy peasy.
Nightmares have no power against the
Now we
light.
go checkpoint, right? Take the checkpoint. Back to here. Back to Clearfell. Checkpoint here. Oh shit. How did I not? Is there not a checkpoint here? Oh, did I really miss the checkpoint? Oh, that's bad. What? Oh no. See? What the hell? It's right there. Where's the witch? Where's the witch at? Oh, it's right here.
Wreck.
Glacial Cascade. What? Oh, I have to be level 3. Okay. Come on.
Estelle!
Nice. Hell yeah. Oh, we're zooming, baby. We're zooming, man. Oh, see, fuck. See, a little tiny stuff. I could have took the checkpoint from there, from the bottom to the railwood here. It's just it's those little things that end up saving you a lot of time in the long run. Shit. Fuck. Damn.
Cronus dwells here.
I could go killing Palm, but I think I just take the. Yeah, and see, she's cold resistant. So that's unfortunate. Is that gonna? Yeah, that doesn't hurt that bad.
I must
Okay.
maintain that fine balance.
Okay. Oh great, I can't move. Oh great. Oh, I love that. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh bro. There we go. Yo, Trickster. Patch notes nerfs ink, I see.
Of the old
What
magics.
happened here? This ceremony. I'll
What do you
wait
think
here.
for the
old
monk?
magics will protect me.
Yeah. Now we got to go back to town to Renly. Yeah, I just got to shake off all the rust, man. Can't wait to get the new keyboard and mouse. Oh heck yeah, dude. That's gonna be sick. I'm excited for you too. What are you thinking? Or what did you end up with? What did you end up ordering?
Hello. Finn makes fun of my collection, but I think it's beautiful. I accept.
That's big exciting for sure. I'm going to the store. The true Pala experience. Oh fuck yeah, it's this. Oh, you're gonna. Oh, okay, yeah, you're going to the store to pick your keyboard and mouse up. Nice. Yeah. What are you thinking? Probably some Razer. I've always had Razer for the mouse. The Razer Death Adder, man. Death Adder V2. It's all I need. It's got those side buttons, right? It's got the yeah. And then for the keyboard, I really just been. This is the second one I purchased. The Logitech G315, I think is what it is, and it's the second one I purchased. It's just, I don't know. I like the size of it. Everything, the keys are quieter, you know. Yeah, that's gonna be sick. Go to the store, pick it up. Gotta get a new. Yeah, certainly before PoE 2, right? Hell yeah. Yeah, waiting for the patch notes. We'll have the patch notes on Thursday. Gosh, can't wait, man. So yeah, just figure it's probably good time for me to get back into PoE and start practicing the campaign. Try to just, you know, shake off the rust, get familiar with where things are and whatnot. Had 4 or 5 Razer mice as well, some Razer keyboard. But when I think about it, I remember getting another keyboard, FFS. Wooting. I've heard of Wooting before. I've heard of that. I think I was looking at their keyboards when I was looking to purchase my replacement to get a new one. But I think I just ultimately was like, let me just get the same one. Let me just get the same. Yeah, they're really small, right? Woot. Let me check. Let me search them up. Yeah, I think that is what I liked, how small they were. But this one's already pretty small. Like, I don't know. I love this thing, man. It's just it's light. It's just it's good. It's solid. The base is really nice and solid. I'm just a big fan of the Logitech here. But I guess they don't make them anymore, so I had to kind of pay a little bit extra to get it shipped. I've never had a Razer keyboard, but I've heard good things. I've always only ever had Logitech and Corsair keyboards. Yo, Smoky Ninja. Sorry I missed your message. I play on console and not sure if I would be able to switch to MNK. Oh yeah? Have you always so you're saying for PoE 2, you've always played on console? Or just in general, like all games? You mainly play console. I think it would take some time to adjust to it, but you could do it. You could do it totally. And then PoE 2, for PoE 2 at least you get the choice of using the keyboard and mouse, or the WASD, or the mouse and keyboard. I don't know, man. I did WASD, of course, for like playing World of Warcraft, but I can't do it for PoE. Playing so much PoE 1, I'm just so used to just clicking with the mouse to move, you know. You're 48 and console is all you played on. Okay. All right. So do you play PoE 2 on console? Is that the case? Cuz I know that's a thing, right? PoE 1 is on console. And so is PoE 2. And yeah, that's the nice thing. If you're on PC, you can kind of plug in a controller and play PoE either way. But I don't know. It's similar to you. I'm so used to mouse and key that I don't know if I could try. But I've seen people streaming PoE with controller. It looks like it could probably be pretty comfortable. So I might have to try it out one time. Yeah. At least PoE 2 is crossplay. Yeah, that's really cool. Every game should have crossplay. Maybe there's certain games that wouldn't make sense, or that wouldn't be great, but PoE 2 certainly I'm welcome to that. Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, and so man, are you excited for the next PoE 2 update? I know I am. I am dying to get back in, man. I can't wait. The eye to mouse can be hard. Oh, yeah, the eye to mouse. That's true. Following the cursor, right? Yeah, following the cursor. Yeah. Yeah, lots of things to get used to, yeah. You're bored with PoE 1 right now? Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that. It's I was just watching Jonathan Rogers' interview with Legendary Drops, and he was talking about, you know, the whole like cycle of ARPGs and the seasonal things, and he's like, we expect the player to get bored at some point. There needs to be that jumping off point where they walk away for the season and come back, and so yeah, I feel that. I just got done playing Diablo for the last couple weeks, so now switching, ready to start the new journey, you know, and this time with PoE 2. But yeah, Mirage League on PoE 1, that was great. That was really good. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And hopefully they just add on to PoE's endgame now, and maybe do the similar with like what they've done with PoE 2 here, making quality of life improvements to the campaign and whatnot. I'm thrilled. So I figure, you know, let me get back into PoE here, PoE 2. And start practicing some campaign, because it's been like 5 months. It's been like 5 solid ass months since I played PoE 2. We went hard with PoE 2's Fate of the Vol there. I had 2 level 99 characters in in the last league, so you know, yeah, we had our fill. And you're not touching PoE 2 before I see patch? So you saw the reveal, right? You saw the content reveal, but so is there more that you want to see the patch notes? Is it what is it exactly you're wanting to see? I'm not sure if I want to play PoE 2 before the launch. Yeah, you know, I get that. Not everyone wants to do the leveling practice. I totally get that. I'd like to improve my campaign time, my campaign clear. And so yeah, I know the leveling, what I'm doing now might not be, but at least I can kind of brush up on the different zones and right and that sort of stuff. Patch notes for sure. Want to see some numbers, nerfs, buffs. I'm not spending time on a nerfed build. No, for sure, yeah. And so patch notes will be this week. There'll be a full week before the league launches, and so you'll have all that information a week before the before it starts. So yeah, it'll be the patch notes are likely going to be just absolutely the biggest patch notes ever. Just like the content update is the biggest ever in history of PoE. The patch notes are likely going to be absolutely absurdly long. Yeah, so yeah, there really isn't much much of a point to log on to PoE 2 before the launch, other than just to practice leveling, and so that's what I'm gonna do. And then yeah, I wanna plan out the skill gems I'm gonna use, the support gems, all that stuff. You know, have a roadmap. You know, and lay that out so I'm prepared for the launch. I just like to be prepared like that, and then yeah, we're gonna see the patch notes, and if something's nerfed, then we'll have a week to test and try out new things. If something gets buffed, then okay, we're gonna try that and level with that, and then it'll just be even that much better when it launches with the buffed version. But I'm pretty well. Obviously, yeah, we need to see the patch notes, but I'm really got my eyes set on Blood Mage or Monk. But there's Sorceress too. It sounded like they're going to be buffing the Chronomancer. Chronomancers, Mark mentioned in the Q&A that they have buffs for Chronomancer coming. So who knows? Maybe there's going to be some significant changes. I wouldn't expect crazy nerfs or buffs. It's not going to be a huge balance. I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of balance changes for classes, but there'll be some. You got two builds in mind. One is the Jinn, and the second is the Zoo Huntress Twisters. Yeah, I could see the Twisters getting nerfed though. To be honest, if I had to guess for one thing to be nerfed, I would think the Twisters might get an adjustment because they seem to be pretty strong. Especially for like leveling and early end game progression. The damage is just, yeah, and it's a very popular. It's popular, very, very popular, so yeah, and you don't want to see that, but you can't have something that's just far and beyond everything else. There has to be some adjustments. So maybe if there is a nerf to it, maybe it's just not a major nerf, you know? Maybe they don't give it the winter orb treatment. That's what I'm afraid of as well. 10 to 15 boss popper. Yeah, the single target, and obviously with that new ascendancy, the Spirit Walker Twisters are getting even more damage with that, with the owl spirit giving you the extra feathers and making your Twisters travel faster and deal more damage. If it's nerfed, it will get the GGG treatment, the winter orb treatment. I could see that happening. And also, I don't know if you guys saw this. Don't know if it interests you, but I'll definitely be tuning in. May 23rd. So that's going to be, I think it's a Saturday, this Saturday. Yep. There's going to be a another Jonathan Rogers and Mark interview with Gazzy and DM. My C is sticky. Oh, yeah, you need the new keyboard to get rid of the skill issue, yeah? Yep. Yeah, it's just yeah. Hey, you're gonna have a brand new keyboard for the new PoE. It's gonna be good. Yeah, my brain, I'm ready for PoE 2. I'm ready to shift. I'm in PoE mode again, you know? I can't wait to dive into the patch notes though. I can't wait. Not enough that I'm dyslexic. But my keyboard is fighting against you for sure. You're gonna be having a good time with the new keyboard. I mean, a keyboard makes all the difference for sure. Hey, maybe you could try the controller too. Have you ever tried playing PoE on the controller? And obviously now I'm playing the game on the new updated graphics, on the new updated hardware. I can easily I see the difference. I can see the difference in just smoothness. It's insane, man. So this is just gonna make this experience so much more enjoyable. And yeah, so today we're starting with Glacial Cascade leveling, and then we're gonna go into Hollow Palm here in level 14, and so that's it. Right, I just wanna practice getting through the zones, all the little checklists, where to go. I wanna really try and improve my my campaign speed, especially if we're gonna be having some friendly competition on the league start. That's yeah. Gotta get the skill issue up. Don't have a controller. That's fine. Yeah, one day I might try out the controller. We got 10 days left. Trying to see if we get another teaser today from GGG. But yeah, Darth Micro and Gazzy interviewing John and Mark. That'll be good. Friendly? Well, it's friendly for me. It's friendly for me. But you know. Yeah, so that's it. We're gonna, I know we're in different time zones, so we might not start at the same time or whatever. So, but all we can do is just go /played, /played, and that's it. And it's just a race to get to maps. It's not a race, but it's just it's a fun little extra activity for anyone that wants to get involved and compete, have a little friendly competition with me at the league start. I'm down, man. By no means am I a pro racer, so you're not up against the best by no means. But we're trying to improve at that. just gotta get familiar with the quests. Okay, this is where you go next. Yeah. I want to get good. I want to get good, man. And from playing Diablo for the last couple weeks, like that, my mind is like used to the keybinds on Diablo, so I've gotta get adjusted again, you know. So on Diablo, the map, to bring up the map, it's M, but on here it's U. So that's you know, little minor things that, yeah. See, like, where do we go now? Now we gotta find the red veil. That's the next step. You want to just try to continuously be sprinting, but and then obviously when the new patch hits, we're gonna have those extra like landmarks that help us find the next zone and all that. That'll be really cool. This is the red veil. There we go. Something to note in the red veil. Like, I know not everyone, not all you guys might not care, but it can add up to make a difference. Is there's these like weapon racks. Let me see if I can find them here. The refined arms. These drop weapons. League start is the starting line. Time zones does not matter. Who needs sleep when you have a new league? Yeah, that's right. That's right. I did the 24-hour, 26-hour on the Diablo there, so I don't know if I could do it again. I don't know if I can do it again for. I did it on the last BOE league. We did the 24-hour at the start. And then here we are. We did it again for the Diablo. We'll see. We'll see, but it'll be another long one for sure. But it's hard, man. That is not easy to do. I don't know how Rob does it. He goes for 30 hours, man. He goes for 30 hours easy. The guy is insane. I'll be locked in for at least a good 16. Yeah, I don't know, quite a while. Fubgun, yeah, Fubgun does also a really long stream too at the league start. He goes for 30 plus hours too, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys that just go hard at the start of the league.
Could that hold the runes I seek?
I got so used to not using the map overlay for Diablo, man. I gotta get used to having that back on for PoE. We just gotta get that hollow bomb, man. Level 14, and we're gonna just go crazy. The martial artist. You didn't like it in D4, eh? Yeah, I didn't really.
The old ways still hold some.
It's something that just again should have been there from the launch of the game that unfortunately wasn't. So I kind of got used to playing without it. Whereas PoE, they always had it. So it's See, with Glacial Cascade, you want to make sure to hit the enemies at the end of its travel radius, travel distance.
Empowered by sacrifice, same as the last.
Let me do Killing Bomb here. So my plan, what I'm gonna try for is what I think is really good is like around an hour. Completing each act within an hour. I think that's a good benchmark that I'm gonna try to get. Try to strive for. Before we know it, we'll be playing the new league, guys. It's gonna be epic. 1 hour to finish acts. That has to be a world record. No, to finish each act. Like 1 hour to finish Act 1. Not the whole, all of them.
Need more mana.
A malicious presence lingers here.
Your fate is sealed.
Just
Is this the Rust King? Yeah, here we go. This guy I gotta get good at, man. I need help. I need big help here to beat this guy. For the clan! For the clan! ZDPS, yeah? Oh, let's see you. Let's see. Oh no, somebody! Oh no! He needs some DPS! Oh! Somebody! Oh! Do it! Just do it! I'm doing it. I'm trying. Oh, the clan. I'm doing it. Oh, somebody. Oh no, I got no more. So, do I just go back to... Oh, I'm gonna die. Don't do me like this. Somebody, oh. No. Oh, somebody.
Need more mana.
Nope, I'm totally dead. Fucking son of a gun, brothers. Never mind, I'm not gonna die. Too good at this game. Check W. What do you mean? Okay, the volume's a little loud.
Dream no longer.
See, we just gotta fine-tune the experience here. It's that easy, man. Hope you're taking notes. There's another beacon? Shit, see, this is what I mean. There's another beacon I gotta click. Activate 4 ancient beacons. Yeah, we're missing a beacon. Skill issue. Oh, don't. Oh my god. Oh. Yep. Somebody,
Still hold some power.
Oh, no, can't wear that yet. That's level 9, or strength requires level... Yeah. Need 9 strength on that bad boy. So where's the next... Son of a gun. Oh, it's gonna be right here. There's another beacon somewhere. It's got to be up top left there. Come on. Oh no. Oh, not like this. Activate 4 additional beacons. Oh fuck. That's the... Oh, what am I doing? That's not... That's for the Vol. That's for the Vol beacon stuff for the temple. Yeah.
Furious by Buddha. Till next time.
Somebody... Oh.
Have we? The next spirits? You feeling lucky? Guess I can help move that for you. Not even sure where I picked that up.
Here we go. Could have sworn I had a augmentation orb. What? Huh.
Sure, I'll take it off your hands. None of it deal. Remember us when you're famous, eh?
Not surprised to see a thief in a place like this.
You have. Good. Now the others.
Time to discover what truly happened out here.
Smash the runes.
He's in.
I heard you had go well.
Travel to the Orgum village. Return to Clearfell. Oh, see, we don't need to talk to her. Find the entrance to the Grim Tangle. Yeah, in the Grellwood. And Tangle's really nice. Pretty nice for leveling too. There we go. There it is here. And in the new patch, those those mushrooms.
We won't be getting through here.
If the
Uh-oh. Okay.
And a third.
Pick up the gloves. Try to get more damage on the gloves, always. Gotta turn the light on here. One sec. Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last. Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last. Library.
Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last. Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last.
Yes, sir. So we gotta find Mr. Grim. Whoa. What was that? Oh no. Hold on. Let's turn the volume down. Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last. What is with the volume? What is with the volume? There he is. Oh wow. Lucky me. We found him.
Misery in Ogham never ends. Stay still.
Oh, somebody. So you gotta watch his hand. That's how you telegraph it. You just gotta watch his hand. Oh! I wasn't paying attention. Rip. That's big. Yep. And we're not gonna win the race. Not gonna win the race like that, man. Gotta be a deathless run, man. Do you do the campaign deathless? How much skill do you have? You got any speed racers in the chat? So easy to dodge. Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last. Ah, brother. You gotta stop hitting me with those. Oh, I'm toast again, man. Big yikes. Oh. Come on, man. Come on, get it together here. How come my plants aren't doing any damage? What? I've never used the plants before, so. Gotta use that frozen locust, man. Yep. Oh, come on, brother. Killing bomb for the win. Oh man, I love killing bomb. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna be taking some time this week to try and make some emotes for myself finally. So we're gonna see how we do.
This place harbors an everlasting malice.
Oh, these guys are the worst. Oh yeah. Those guys that block your and reflect your attacks. Gotta avoid those guys. Just need to be in melee range of them. Okay. Is that right? That's gonna be hard to do since I'm Glacial Cascade. Okay. See? You know more than me. Here's the boss. Okay, here we go. Just gotta one-shot every boss. That's the keep the pace going.
Your soul will join my
Oh, there we go. Move speed boots. This is Draven. Any League of Legends Draven fans? Draven. Yeah. This is Draven. Oh yeah. This guy ain't hard at all, man. What? He summoned a shield dude. What? I've never seen that. Oh, that's crazy. Since when is there ever another minion in that fight? Oh, brother. Beep, 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 boo.
now. Your soul will join mine.
That's interesting. That is something interesting for sure.
I will end your meaningless life.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that's crazy stuff. Interesting. Okay, should be fine. Should be fine to get this now. That's why it's so important to try and get damage on your gloves early on. Just try and find some. Nice. There we go. Oh, that could be huge. Rare gloves. Oh, that could be huge. Fuck. Shit. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep practicing, man. Actually, maybe I'll be decent. I gotta stop getting tripped up like that, man. Oh no. Frick. It's actually kind of challenging with this overlay map now. Yeah, I gotta get used to this again. I think, yeah, you get a ring from that there. That could be worth mana regen. So you gotta try for attacks there. Damage to attacks. This next mausoleum's gotta be nearby. Over here. There we go.
Somewhere in the darkness, a soul lies dreaming of hate.
Are you ready? No. Oh man. Gotta just time those dodges perfectly. Alright, so you said just... So you still doing Diablo, Trickster? Still enjoying some Diablo then? Yo athlete, how are we, man? Just finally switching over to PoE 2. Gonna just do do some campaign practice all this week. And next week we get the patch notes this Thursday. Just getting ready, trying to get prepared. It's been 5 months, almost 6 months, which is just crazy to think. See, I'm just bad at the game. I can't even get past these monsters. I gotta get good. We gotta practice. Yeah, prep season. I need it. Like, jeez, struggle is real here. So I'm trying to just, you know, polish it up. Trickster, I'm just chilling. Okay, not chilling. Not just doing anything. Yep. Very good. Yeah, man, I just been thinking about PoE. Trying to practice some PoE leveling. This is one of the worst zones for me. This zone here, with the narrow hallways and all that. What's going on with you, athlete? How are you today? What's up with you? Yeah, we just can't wait to see those patch notes, man. Just watching the struggle. Yep, well, I appreciate that. Maybe someone can learn from the struggle. So what I try to do is just... like, there's way too many monsters here, so I'm trying to just get out of here. Just get out of the way. Those guys with the shields, like, come on, let me just dodge roll. Yeah, I think that's just the best way to do it, but you just gotta be careful to not get tripped up. And you gotta dodge roll at the right time, and then just, I think that's the right way to do it. Just keep dodging, rolling away. PoE 1 and 2 campaign are not anywhere close to the same experience, you know? It's a whole different monster. I'm gonna die again here. See, we just can't have this. Can't have this happening. Doing really amazing, man. Dude, I'm glad to hear that. Not to brag or anything, but I accepted a management position. And I am super blessed. Dude, that's great. I'm happy to hear that. I think you mentioned about that some time ago. I remember you saying something about you applied for a... So yeah, I remember that. And so good. That dude, that's great to hear, man. I'm so happy for you. You deserve it. Way to go, man. I'm glad. That's great news, and thanks for sharing that great news. I definitely love that, man. Love to hear that. I'm just just trying to win at this game, you know. It's not easy. When you take a 5-month break, you know, what do you expect? Uh-oh. Big storm. Big storm brewing, dude. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's a big deal. Like that's a serious big deal. So yeah. So happy for you, my friend. That's great news. I do remember you mentioned that had to have been a couple months now. You were telling me you had applied to some management position, so sounds like it all worked out, and yeah. Big W's in the chat for Athlete, man. That's great stuff. More deaths. Wait, what, Trickster? More deaths the Min played soon?
I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for that.
I don't know what to say. This is tough. This is not easy. It's the narrow, for me, it's the narrow hallways, man. And you got nowhere to move, and the monsters are crowded around you. I don't know. My strategy's always been to try to just get out of the zone. But, like, look, I got nowhere to move. Maybe I just have no choice but to just clear the path. But then you're trying to do damage and clear the path. Holy fuck. What the shit? Athlete, man. That's so kind of you, man. Wow. 2,700 bits from Athlete. You definitely did not have to do that, man. It's great to just have you here. But man, I appreciate you. Wow. Looks like a good strat. What the fuck is that? Holy shit! You know, oh, you know what? You know what? What you're watching on the screen is not what's most important, okay, Trickster? What's most important is what happens on May 29th, okay, my friend? Athlete, thank you, man. Thank you so much. That's a ton of bits. And just again, man, congratulations to you on your new position, man. That's just epic. What's going on here with we're not doing slash deaths or anything, okay, Trickster? That's just not gonna happen. That's yeah, like jeez. And Trickster with the tier 3, dude. Trickster, thank you, my friend. All these deaths, they're for your entertainment. So hope you enjoy. But don't expect the same performance come May 29th. You know what I mean? I've got 2 weeks to get ready. So you bet I will be ready. Absolutely love the content, bro. You more than deserve it. Well, thank you, man. And you certainly deserve that new management position. I'm sure you've waited and you put a lot of effort into working towards that opportunity. So yeah, dude, absolutely, man. That's the biggest deal of them all, for sure. And I gotta say, yeah, thanks for again sharing that great news with me. That's super cool, man. I love to hear that you guys are doing well and succeeding and all that good stuff. Yeah. Big, insane, crazy W. Absolutely, yeah. I can't wait. Can't wait to get back into this season, the swing of PoE things, and of course looking to make new and exciting PoE 2 videos. Hopefully, yeah. But you know, yeah, we're just this is the first day back to PoE in 2 months, so, or not 2 months, 5 months more like, right? It's been 5 full months, so there's gonna be some rust, and I'm not even paying much attention. This is not the main focus of you know. You guys are always gonna come first. The game is just what's going on in the background, if you know what I mean. So that's, yeah. You gonna play some Rust as well? I actually own the game, but nope. I have to shake off the Rust before I can even think about playing Rust. Do you understand? There's some serious Rust. But if you're actually talking about the actual game Rust, yeah, I played it very briefly, very briefly. Before that, what really got me into those types of games was Conan Exiles. If you might be familiar with that, that was a favorite of mine. And then I don't know. That was before I played PoE and played other games, you know. And so any game that I played before I started playing PoE was just, I don't play it anymore, you know. Like World of Warcraft, we talked about that. It's all PoE and other ARPGs from here on out. And so here, this is another part of this zone that's one of these, you gotta fight these guys. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Entangle just might be the right play. That might be better early on. These guys are just brutal though, with the shields. I don't know how I get past this guy. I don't think I've ever came past this guy. This guy's harder than all the act bosses. Never tried Conan. Played like 4K hours in Ark Survival. Is that the dinosaur game? Is that what that is? Yeah, eh? Yeah. No, that game always looked super cool. No, never played that one though. See, I don't know how do you get past this guy? Like, it's just not gonna happen. So you played, wow, you played a lot of that Ark, eh? Holy. Yep, never played that. My only sandbox game was pretty much Conan Exiles. And I played a ton of that. That was a lot of fun. And it seems like it's still going, that game. You played some serious, you did a lot of Rust as well. Thanks again, Athlete, for the bits, and Trickster for the tier 3 and for 6 months. You guys are awesome. Cheers to you. Yeah. So where's this boss gonna be? The boss... It's not up here, so it's gonna be down here then, right? Yeah. I think you gotta be honest too and understand that Monk is just a bit more of a struggle to level compared to some other classes. Any melee class, really, right? It's gonna be a tough struggle in some cases. In some points of the progression. Once I get level 14 and get Hollow Palm, that's where things will turn around. Try to run through the PoE 2 campaign this morning. It's crazy how bad I am at this game after 8 plus. It's been even longer for you, right? It's been even longer for you since you've played it. Yeah, I think it's been like 6 months for me, and so yeah, it's like I just want to try to just brush up on my skills, I guess. But it's not the biggest of deals, you know. It's not the main thing, but yeah, it seems like a lot of players like to practice the campaign and just because there's always that conversation of like, let's just skip the campaign. Can we just skip the campaign for obvious reasons? So yeah, it's hard. But doing it for that first time at the start of a season, it's fun. Like I always enjoy it, and so just taking this time, being able to practice it, so can maybe have a little better start to the new league. That sounds like a good call to me. I definitely like the idea of that. That Act 2 boss, man, he's always the hardest for me. Act 1 boss, the Gregor, Geonor, whatever, Count Geonor. That one ain't so bad, but that Act 2 boss, man, that's always the toughest boss for me at the start of a new league. Oh, wow. There we go. Okay, I should have some crazy damage here. And yeah, just need to see those patch notes, but I'm it might be a Monk League start again. That martial artist looks so damn good. I don't remember what this boss even does. Oh, she makes the cage. Oh yeah, you gotta get out of the cage. Yep. Just learning this game all over again. Yep. Use that killing palm to gap close, right? Put the frozen locust down, and then you explode the locust. Yeah. So since when did these bosses spawn one of those minions? That ain't normal. I don't remember that. Maybe it's again just because I've been so far gone from the game, been away from the game for so long. Oh shit! See that killing palm, man? I just love the monk. You just press killing palm to cull whatever, as long as I remember. So it just might be because I've been so long away from it so long. Yeah, I know. It's certainly an argument and a conversation that's been had. A lot of players would like the campaign skip, but yeah, I don't think I would want it either. I like doing the campaign for the new season. I wouldn't be opposed to the campaign skip after that, right? For your second or additional characters that you make. That I would be okay with, but even still, like, I don't know. They put so much work into the campaign, and there's the story part of it as well, you know, similar to the Diablo, right? Everyone's got to do the campaign for the first character. Yeah. I think it's a part of the game is what the campaign is. It's like, yes, everyone plays Path of Exile. I mean, although Trickster, you level a whole shit ton of characters, so maybe you play the game for the campaign. No shots fired there, nothing like that. But I think majority of folks, right? All jokes aside, play PoE for the end game. But even having said, the campaign is a part of that. It's the journey to the end game. and it's the part of your character's journey. Sorry, gotta come back over here. Twitch servers, yeah, no, that's cool, brother. That's totally cool. No problem, no problem at all. Doesn't matter. Just happy to have you here. Yeah, I don't know if I believe you, Trickster, because I think last league you made a lot of characters, so I'm sitting there thinking like, man, does this guy just love running the campaign, or like maybe it's all part of the plan here. You're trying to just get your campaign practice in. I don't know. But I just think you can't remove the campaign. Yeah, I don't. It wouldn't feel like PoE. I don't know. It wouldn't feel like it. I like that. Not much of a debate. It's just it wouldn't feel like PoE. Yeah. You like playing strong characters, and if I feel weak, I have a hard time. Yeah, it's true. Oh, I think about the I hear that. No, that's and that's I think maybe that's part of the. No, your English is totally fine. Other than like maybe your sticky keyboard, I understand you just fine for the most part. For the most part. We don't need to talk about the other day with the curse boat. The curse boat. God. So, yeah. No, I hear that. Maybe that's why other players say about wanting to skip the campaign, because they feel weak during the campaign and it's not an enjoyable experience. But I think they're just trying to improve that to make it feel better. And I think that is the right solution, the right way to go about it. I feel it's easier to make a new character than running a bad character. And maybe that's why you made so many characters. I don't know. I'm just trying to. Is that why? Like I don't want to assume, by no means. You know, you're never gonna have me assuming. So that is why, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't recall what characters you made, but I wonder if we can break down why you felt. What was it, you know, that, oh, this character's feeling weak. I need to make a new character. Well, why? Let's pause there and try to troubleshoot why are you feeling weak. I feel like maybe you need to give it more time. I don't know. You know, that's always my first. Oh, this character sucks. Oh, I need to make a new. Well, wait, hold on. I feel like after the first character, it should be should 100% be optional, just because at that point I don't really enjoy. I just do twink gear. Yeah, no, that's true too. Yeah, and that's a problem, because then it's just with the twink gear, with the trying to speed through. It's just about how can I speed this? How can I skip the campaign? Right? You're not skipping the campaign, but you're trying to fast forward that right, and just get your character to where you want to be, which is the end game. So that's certainly a problem, and I don't know. I don't think we're ever gonna have a campaign skip. I don't see it, because they design the game around the campaign. Your character has to progress the story, and I guess never say never, though. It's just been talked about so much, and it's been a pain point for so many players. Heck, even all of us, right? Or that just play the game so much. even though we may make the second character and we put on the twink gear, it doesn't mean we enjoy that. Like, yeah, I would have to, like I've said, yeah, for the second and additional characters in the league, I think it would be fair to give us some way to skip the campaign. I don't know how they would do it, but it that's a fair argument, you know. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be able to skip it for the first character in the new league. Although, you know, that can be very difficult. Like, you know, I'm going to practice. I'm going to try and improve my campaign clear, but for other players, for new players, right? I mean, I try to put myself in the shoes of a new player and to understand how hard that could be for the very first playthrough going through. I mean, this, even for, I think I'm a pretty veteran player. I play a lot of PoE, but yeah, this campaign is still very challenging at times, especially on a brand new league start character, no twink gear, 9 characters in Mirage League. Yeah, well, why was that? Was it just you just had 9? I mean, what? Yeah, I remember you started with don't tell me. You started with Ellie Hit, and then you did a Cyclone, and then you deleted your yeah. There was some stuff that happened. Yeah, we won't we don't need to talk about it. You kind of bounced around, yeah. And maybe you just I don't know. I'm not going to speak for you, but I'm just I don't know. Why do you make so many characters? You just there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to play one character the whole time, and you certainly enjoyed a different many playstyles. Maybe I don't know. We don't need to try to understand it. It's nothing wrong with that, yeah. Okay, so here there's a trick you can do. So you click this guy. You click the gate, and I think you go respawn at checkpoint. And now you just get to walk in and fight him right away. Yeah. Instead of having to wait. So let's see how we can do on this guy. Trust me, I'll be on point, laser focused for the launch. You best believe. You best believe I'm gonna be on my A game here. He does the slam. Yep, we gotta dodge. Yep, no problem. Easy. See how easy? See here? Are you watching? Are you learning? Oh! No. Oh, shit. Oh, what? He can slam through that structure? That's crazy. Sheesh. $50 to skip campaign? Would you I don't think they would ever put a paywall behind it, but I mean, I'd like to. I'd have to say there'd probably be some players that would pay to skip. Probably. It's just what I do. Some leagues for sure. I mean, when there's a lot of content in PoE, right? I mean, we know how much content we get in PoE. You're definitely not the only one who likes to make a lot of characters, and that's fine. Yeah. You have like 3 level 90 characters in the first week. Yeah, you go absolutely ham. You were going ham there on that Mirage League at the start. And still come out on top. Yep. I remember you were the first one to the end game, to the maps. All right, here we go. First try here. First try. First try. It's one shot this boss. First try, yeah? Come on, dude. Since when does he put chilled ground down? I don't remember him putting chilled ground down. See, this is the problem. Been away from the game for so damn long. Yeah, I do not remember him ever doing chilled ground, man. No. Jeez. Yeah, come May 29th, we're gonna have 0 deaths, full clear. I guarantee it. Gotta know when to upgrade your weapon. Oh, he's not gonna get me here, right? Oh no, gotta dodge this one. Okay, we're good. We're good. We got it. We got it. Right? Yeah. Oh yeah. See? First try. Okay, something else you can do here is you can just avoid picking up the ring.
I don't have room for that.
Don't even bother picking it up.
Hey, the hunt. Don't worry. Ready? Go on, then. Creature.
This Fuck. We're definitely over an hour now into this. So you can see it's not easy to get a good hour or under an hour to finish act 1. But that's if you can get like an hour. I'd say an hour each act, man. That's pretty damn good. You're pretty good. Pretty good gamer. Now we gotta go do the crow bell, yeah? And in the patch, we're gonna have those extra little indicators to tell us where to go. I wish Glacial Cascade could get some benefit from having power charges.
Another corrupted abomination.
Surely we one-shot this boss too, right? This guy's a joke. Just wait till we get Hollow Palm at level 14. You will see the true power of the monk.
Get back here.
Look out for the bell? Oh, come on. He's got to look out for my bell. You understand? The crow bell. Fucking, what a loser. This guy doesn't know who he's up against, man. Come on, grab your bell, buddy. Yeah, he's doing some different stuff, man. I'm telling you, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm ZDPS and I'm seeing more of the boss's mechanics, but like I'm telling you, I don't remember seeing any of this stuff. Maybe that's the other thing too. We were talking about like the twink leveling. And you know, you do your twink leveling. You're not watching the boss's mechanics and You're just blasting through the campaign, you know? Zooming. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this guy's Bell. This boss is Z DPS. I think GGG could I think they could buff this boss a little bit. Kind of a little bit of a pushover, you know what I mean? Yep. Oh, hey. Killing Palm here any second. Killing Palm in 3, 2. Easy. Dude, killing Palm just feels so good. Ah. See, I just got to be better with the inventory management. That just makes everything. Did this boss always have a... Yeah. What? I don't remember that. See, I could have took the checkpoint here. See, I'm not even paying attention to the checkpoints. That's probably from playing PoE 1. Something else that you can do is grab a talisman for extra movement speed in the wolf form. I shouldn't be sharing the secret to the trickster. Should be keeping these secrets to myself. 100%. So here, now we make our way. Let's grab our Tempest Bell. Maybe I'll try. Can't do that. You'll never go that far to leap over some walls and run a little faster. Yeah. Yeah, there's so much you can do to min-max the leveling, which I like. I like that. If you want that, it's there for you to take advantage of. So here, I remember here, this is where you got to get the flute, I think it is, right? The Luna's flute. See, if this is PoE 1, right? We just sunder this whole pack. Slam 2 sunders. The whole pack is dead. And we don't get tripped. We don't get... Yep. Rip. Yeah, I think some people would pay going back to the campaign skip there. I think they're... But then that... yeah, they just would never do that. They get so much backlash. There it is, the loot box. There it is. We got the loot. We got the flute loot. Luth, not fluth. What? Loot. Excuse me? It's like an old small guitar. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. My bad. Yeah. Again, shows you how much I pay attention to things. And you know what? It's because there's more important things to pay attention to. Like Twitch chat, for example. So yeah, it's thank you for pointing that out. I think I knew that, but in the back of my mind, it's like I'm not. Loot. Yeah, what am I saying? A flute. What? Yeah. Loot. Una's loot. I mixed it up. I was saying Luna's flute, but it's Una, not Luna. It's Una. Get it right. Oh my god, you know what I just did? Oh my god, been playing so much Diablo. Oh my god. That's crazy. Yeah, right here, the Una's loot. Right. I can't believe what I just did is I went to click right here. Because in Diablo 4, that's where the sort stash button is. Oh my god. See, we need to need to transition. Get the brain onto the PoE 2. Get adjusted to the new game. I still have to finish watching those videos you linked in the general chat. I thank you for sharing those videos. I'm sure that's going to be a good watch. Good PR. Yep. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, I think this is a mandatory quest item, I believe. Oh, dude, temporal bubble in the campaign? Are you kidding me? Oh no. I think you just skip this. I think you're just trolling yourself if you don't skip that, right? See, this is why inventory management on the fly is just... that's something I've always not been best at, is managing the inventory. I gotta learn, man. Now we go to the blacksmith guy, right? Or the executioner guy. And that guy is also a pushover. No. Yeah, they're probably not gonna ever put remove the stun CC from the sprint. You kind of just got to work around it and dodge roll every time. Go to bed. Yeah, all good, Trickster. Thanks for hanging, man. Always a pleasure having you. Enjoy. I'm gonna keep dying on repeat and trying to improve here. Yeah, and yeah, we'll see you again, man. Thanks again for the 6 months. Thanks for the tier 3. Get some good rest. All the best. Take it easy. See you again soon. Maybe we're never gonna find this boss. Where the hell's he gonna be? Wanted to see a death counter when you stop streaming? Okay. Well, maybe I'll do a slash deaths. But you know what? This I'll pretty much, I'm gonna just go till the end of Act 1 here. I think that's what I'm gonna do for the first couple. Is I'm just gonna like do Act 1 practice, and then I'll eventually do full campaign run. So yeah. Oh my god, I just got... Oh my god. Wow. Got my ass kicked there. Yeah, I'll do a slash deaths. Yep. With no Photoshop. No Photoshop involved, of course. Gotta be... Yeah, I think we got it here. Here we go. This is looking like... My weapon is just pretty terrible at this point.
Justice now fight.
Arkham deserves one last execution.
I think it's good practice to do this with, like, just get the mechanics down. When you don't have a lot of damage, you just get to practice the boss mechanics. For that reason, it's like fine. Get the timing of the dodging down. Get the timing. Yep, yep. Now he's gonna... Yep. Drop the anvil, drop the hammers, yep. I'm gonna run out of mana though. That's why you need to get your damage up. Oh, wow. Yep. Didn't time that one. Didn't time that one. Rip. Ripperino. So important to manage your inventory well. What level am I? Level 9?
Your path of peace is littered with death. Justice now fight.
Arkham deserves one last execution.
Gotta just watch his hands. That's the biggest thing. Watch his hands. Don't watch the axe. Watch the hands. When the hands move, you move. That's the biggest. That's the easiest one to dodge. Yep. As long as you watch the hands there, you're good. Oh my god, really?
Justice now fight.
Arkham deserves one last execution. Frost!
It's pretty much Sunder right there is what he's doing. Oh, that'd be cool if you could bait the monsters into his own slam and have the monsters die. Oh, that would be perfect. It's too bad that's not a thing. Oh no. I'm gonna need some flask charges here, please. Nope. It's just the damage. Damage is just an issue.
Don't do this. Stop. Just wait. Surely we can.
Your path of peace is littered with death. Justice now. Fight.
Arkham deserves one last execution. Stay still.
Alright, focus up. Come on. Come on. Oh yeah, we got this. We got this. There we go.
Mere strength is no match for skill.
Perfect. My God, I'm so used to having the sort button in Diablo 4 there. I think I need to go back to town. I think I'm way overdue for a town trip here. I don't remember where the next waypoint is. It might not be for a while. Here we go. There we go. Go back to town.
Well, you pay them a visit. Who knows what prizes await? Not bad. Remember us when you're famous, eh?
It isn't. You found my... Anything take your fancy?
Oh yeah, there we go. Yep. I'm not even using a regex either. Those are nice gloves, but too much money for the +1. We'll grab this.
Go well.
There is enter. Take revenge. I think
Music
I
aids
like
the
to hold on
ordering
to
of
bits
the
and
mind.
pieces. Any that catch your eye? Bye.
Oh,
Man, I don't remember how much to gamble. 2,000 to gamble for a ring. Jeez. Nope. Yeah, we probably just don't bother with Entangle here. This is a suffix, so we can hit, yeah, could have hit damage to attacks there. Would have been good.
Have we got? What would you like? Stick to the cairns.
Let me go for a bathroom break here. Be right back 1 minute. Yo! Realism, man. Sorry, I just stepped away for a sec. How are you, my friend? Yes. First day back to PoE 2 today, my friend. Very much ready to get going again in 05. So just trying to shake off some rust. What's up with you? What's new with you? How is Realism doing? You getting ready for PoE 2 again, my friend? Oh, I think there was a new... Speaking of PoE 2, there was a new video, it looks like. Yeah, let's give this a watch. Oh my gosh, what is this? You're always ready? Heck yeah, that's what I love to hear. Let's give this a watch. New unique items. The Auspex and Face Breaker. I've not seen this yet. Is Auspex... So is one of these are already in the game? Yeah, I guess face. Yeah, that's right. Facebreaker's a familiar unique. Okay, let's check this out. 3 minutes.
I'm Mark Roberts, game director on Path of Exile. Today, we'd like to showcase 2 more unique items. First up, we have the Auspex, an attire to drive your foes mad with, and then a remake of a Path of Exile 1 classic, Facebreaker, which provides a variety of ways to bring the ultimate beatdown on your enemies. These are both coming in Return of the Ancients. In ancient times, a lost child was taken in by an Asmeri village. The Auspex of the village declared him an ill omen, as their crops soured and their days darkened. Thereafter, ravens gathered and mists descended, following him, driving him deeper and deeper into madness. Harness that madness and become the Auspex yourself. Summon a singular Mist Raven, a minion that will ravage your foes and kill enemies.
Lots of ravens.
The Mist Raven has a unique command skill, which causes it to dive at your targets, shattering reality and creating an explosion of madness.
Wow.
Enemies killed by the Mist Raven will also grant you frenzy charges, giving the Raven extra utility. The Mist Raven also causes enemies in your presence to gain Grueling Madness, a slowing debuff that empowers your other slows to be even more potent. Finally, the Auspex also makes your deflect chance lucky while you're on low life.
Jeez,
it seems the Mist Raven does a good job of instilling fear in your enemies.
Lots of ravens going on, yeah.
Next up we have...
Hold on. Yeah, lots of, we got the Raven RF, we've got, yeah. I'm all for it. Like, that's fine, but I wonder if there's something, I don't know, like, yeah, they just all of a sudden are giving us a bunch of Raven stuff, you know? That's okay. Yeah, I'm all for that. That's cool. That's a cool unique, and you can pair that unique with the, was it a weapon that you got? I think it was a staff, right? That would give you the Raven RF. So
Facebreaker.
So here's Facebreaker.
The Ezamites and Eternal
These
Empire have a bloody history.
At first glance, they look like boxing gloves, right? They look like some sock 'em boppers. So, all right, Facebreaker. Sorry to keep. I think it was a staff. Yeah, pretty sure it was a staff. Is what I'm thinking. Yeah.
The Ezamites and Eternal Empire have a bloody history. Some enjoyed the thrill of battle a little more than others.
Hold on, let's pause and read. Has physical damage +3 to +4 per boss's face broken? What? Nah, was staff for it? Yeah, it was a staff, right? Look at this. That's crazy. Has physical damage per boss's face broken. What? More unarmed damage per 5 strength, +3 to melee strike range while unarmed, +1 armor per strength. Can attack as though using a one-handed mace while both of your hand slots are empty. Unarmed attacks that would use an equipped one-handed mace damage uses this item's damage.
Follow in the footsteps of the Red Wolf with his legendary gloves. While equipped, and your hands are empty, you can use all mace skills with just your fists.
Yeah.
Weak.
Wow.
This is the ultimate Smackdown unique.
Got you.
As you progress through the campaign, you too can collect teeth of enemies you've pulverized. As you break their faces, you can track the bosses you've smashed on your map, with each granting you added physical damage. Facebreaker provides offensive and defensive benefits for stacking up strength, so you can become a true face-breaking powerhouse. I mean, just check this out. Hammer of the Gods? How about Fist of the Gods? You'll be able to torment minds with the Auspex and break faces with Facebreaker as unique items in Return
Hold
of the
on, though.
Ancients.
We need to understand that. We need to understand. Wow, that looks crazy, doesn't that? That doesn't look like a bad unique at first glance. That looks pretty all right. But we need to understand what does it mean to have a.
As you break their faces,
each boss encounter icon on the world screen is a face which can be broken by beating the encounter. Let me move my camera. Sorry, guys. Move it over here. Rare monster encounter icons do not provide any bonuses. So you can just... Is it what? It's a stacking effect? Like you just as you kill more bosses, you keep getting more and more damage on the gloves? Isn't that crazy? So it's just it just keeps getting better and better. It doesn't reset. Isn't that crazy? It's not infinite. Like, when does it reset? I wonder. At first glance, looks pretty cool. When you make a new character. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, cause so you like what? Huh. That's wow, what a cool idea. Interesting. +3 to melee strike range while unarmed. More unarmed damage per 5 strength. +3 to 4 per boss's face broken. I don't know. And every right that since they made the change to the maps, every map has a boss in it, unlike before where only some. So I don't know. These look pretty crazy to me. I'm sure it'll see some use. I think that's all we've got for now.
you can track the bosses you've smashed on your map, with each granting you added physical damage.
Wait a second. Hold on. Let's rewind a sec.
Smashed on your map. As you break their faces, you can teeth. Ultimate Smackdown Fists.
Weak.
This is the ultimate Smackdown.
Yeah.
Got you.
It's only
as you progress through the campaign, you too can collect teeth of enemies you've pulverized. As you
okay. Not how I initially assumed how it would work. It doesn't mean bosses and maps. Yeah, it's just for so I guess it can only stack up to a certain yeah. Maybe still fine, but I guess at first thought I'm like, oh, you can do this, but maybe that's not how they've designed it. It's just for camp. It's yeah. So yeah. I don't know. So I wonder if like, does this item, is it just gonna recognize, like, let's obviously, who's gonna have these gloves at the start of the campaign, and you start with the gloves and you stack the damage up on the gloves. Do you have to have the gloves on your character to gain the bonuses? Or I wonder if it's just going to be a global thing for everybody. It's going to track how many bosses you killed in the campaign. And then it's going to be like a hidden stat. Oh, this player, they've killed 12 bosses. They apply this much damage to the gloves here. Still a lot of fizz damage, yeah. So you know what? Maybe this is just a this is their way of like giving us more leveling uniques. Could this just be we don't know the level requirement. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is just like a good leveling unique to now that we've talked about it, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, no level requirement, so I guess it is. I guess there is no level requirement. I guess it would have showed it, yeah. If it doesn't show a level, okay. Map bosses stack would be, yeah. Well, that's what I thought. Right away, I went to end game. You know, I went to the end game. I'm like, oh, using these in the end game, but no, I guess. Hey, you know what? It's fine. That's cool. These could be pretty sweet. And I wonder. I imagine why. I don't imagine why you wouldn't be able to pair this with Hollow Palm.
Break their faces. You can track the bosses you've smashed on your map, with each granting you added physical damage. Facebreaker provides offensive and defensive benefits for stacking up strength, so you can become a true face-breaking powerhouse. Really cool. I mean, just check this out. Hammer of the Gods? How about Fist of the Gods?
Yeah, so this is campaign. That's the campaign.
You'll be able to torment minds with the Auspex and break faces with face.
That's a campaign boss there, so. Jeez. No way. Man, I gotta. Let me in. Let me log in. I bet you're hoping your twisters aren't going to get nerfed. Realism. I got my fingers crossed for that as well. It's looking even better, doesn't it? With the Spirit Walker. Oh, you only use oh, okay. Okay, I thought you did twisters like for the end game in the past on the Huntress there. Yeah, just doing some practice runs here, you know. Just it's been 5 months since I've played the game, so trying to shake off the rust because yep, 2 leagues ago you played it. That's what I'm remembering, yeah. So you have any idea what you're gonna play? Obviously, I know patch notes. Everyone's waiting for patch notes, but is there anything that jumps out at you at first? Yeah, just doing some campaign runs. Campaign runs on the monk. I'm gonna do some other classes too, probably this week and next week. Yep. Almost done on the D4, working your way through D4, yep. You have ideas, but waiting on the patch notes for sure. Yeah, I know. We want to start brainstorming now, but we really just need the patch notes. Cheers to you guys. Yeah, I just need to shake off the rust and try to improve at leveling the campaign. Started brainstorming during the reveal. Yeah, man, the Spirit Walker looks epic. There's those Kalgurin skills too. Those look cool too. Obviously, I don't remember all of them, but what really got me excited was that martial artist, man. Hollow Palm martial artist, Falling Thunder, Whirling Slash, something, yep. Yeah, I just need to try and improve at the campaign here, man. Need to get back into the swing of things with PoE. Not get stunned during sprint and all that. All those good things. Yeah. I think it's very beneficial to me to do some practice. Been playing D4 for the last three weeks. So yeah. Gotta rewire the brain to the PoE. Yeah, I'd like to commit and say I'm gonna start Monk, but we just need those patch notes. Thankfully, it's not be waiting much longer. I was hoping they were going to drop us a teaser video, just like they did for the Spirit Walker there. Hoping they give us one for the Monk, for the martial artist. Yeah, that Raven RF, man, that looks going to be, looks like that's going to be pretty popular. It's cool that it comes from an item too. It's not a skill. It's a skill within an item. It's like cooked into the item. Definitely something new that they've been messing around with, adding skills behind uniques. Why not use Ice Strike? I think Ice Strike is fine. I've definitely done it before. I just I wanna give this a try. Give Glacial Cascade another try, especially with the combination with Hollow Palm. I want to use it with Hollow Palm and see. But yeah, Ice Strike, you can't go wrong with Ice Strike. It might be the best option for Monk, yeah. It's what I've done in the past, playing any monks. Leveled with Stormwave and yeah, Ice Strike. I'm 5 levels under. Yeah, so I see. I'm just. This is my first day back. I gotta really lock in here and figure things out again. Those face breakers, man. Yeah, those would be great to pair with Hollow Palm during the campaign. So is that the final act? Is what the final act? Are we talking for... talking for Diablo?
The voice of the man I must face.
Well, I don't... there is no acts for Diablo, right? Not in Diablo 4, at least. I don't know, man. I just did the campaign. I don't remember there being any acts. It's just you do the campaign. Maybe that's something new that what do you got here? Hatred's... Oh. Hatred's Wake? Yeah, I don't know. See, because I don't see that because I've completed all the story. So you're on a ship now? Okay, so now you're starting the Lord of Hatred campaign. So yeah, then this is the final. Yeah, yeah. I've never seen the acts. Never even seen that. But that is what that is. Yeah, you're on the final. final stretch. Very good. Because when I started the... Yeah, but that makes sense. You're seeing that because you're going through all the acts, all the camp. Yeah. We got some... There we go. Some spammers joined in the Discord, man. Spamming. There we go. Yeah, so something I didn't do too well here this time is managing my my experience, because I'm way under leveled here. So enjoy that final chapter of the campaign, man. Heck yeah. Just got charms? Yeah, you're getting it all now. So is Mageblood coming? No, it is. Yeah, it is. They didn't really go into detail as to what it's, but it is. It's in the game. They had it in the teaser. I definitely saw it clear as day. So, man, what the heck's that gonna look like? My first thought is it's gonna involve charms, because yeah, we've got 2 flasks. The other thing I was thinking, but there's no way. Like my first thought was, it's gonna have to involve charms, and it's just gonna keep the charms, the effect of the charms permanent on you. That's what I have to believe. Also, maybe it gives you more charm slots somehow. Like more than just the 3 charm slots. The other thing I was thinking, but I don't see this, but it's maybe is it gives you more flask slots, and it gives you permanent uptime on your flasks, but there's no utility flasks. There really isn't, not like PoE, right? So, I have no idea. You only have yeah. Charm slots for PoE 2, Hypering. We're talking PoE 2. Mageblood. Yeah, the Mageblood that they revealed. Let's bring it up here on the video. Where is the big reveal here? Here it is here.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2, and welcome to GGG Live. We have a huge amount of stuff to share today, so it's going to be a good one.
See if I
Push
can
drops
find it.
are enabled on today's live
Should
stream.
be able to find it here in the, and then we'll go here as well. Let's see if I can find it. I think it had something to do with Expedition. It was like a remnant of some kind. Look at all this. Wow. Delirium Atlas points required. Expedition bosses defeated. Enigma chambers completed. We've got the challenges this time too. That's cool. That's some bonus content for us. Where is that? They had it on the screen here. I'm gonna find it. This looks super cool
To
too.
maim them, leaps to cause bleeding, and even howls to buff nearby allies. Now, apply as many curses as you please, but those curses will have no effect. What's the point then? 2 reasons. Firstly, your spells gain a bunch of extra physical and chaos damage for each curse on enemies. Secondly, is the skill it grants called Coiling Bolts.
Yeah, this looks really
This
cool.
skill is a projectile spell that fires coiling physical and chaos projectiles with every cast.
Physical and chaos.
What makes this skill truly special, though, is that it will split and chain through every cursed enemy, causing an absolute ruckus. See for yourself.
Yeah, that looks great. Let's see if we can find the Mage Blood. Oh, let's not forget, too, about the voices. The voices. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. You know how insane that's
and
going to
notice
be?
the slot to pair next to your character's portrait in the center.
4 additional jewel slots? Like, dude, that's craziness. So let's see again. Yeah, that's just pure power.
We have
wow.
A boss.
And do we
let
know
a bunch
where
of the
we get
fragments
those
spawn,
from?
And then just unleash your divine
Is it going to be delirium?
obliterating them. Unique jewel. Voices.
2,
Voices is
3, and
simple.
4 jewel
It
sockets.
consumes 1 jewel slot to add more. There are versions that add 2
Crazy.
jewel slots,
Crazy,
3
man.
jewel slots, and for those who are absurdly lucky or rich,
We've
one
got
with 4 jewel
Mage
slots.
Blood and
Equip it,
voices.
and notice
in
the slot
PoE
to
2,
pair
man.
next to your character's portrait in the center.
Come on. Okay, let's see if we can find the Mage Blood. It's got to be.
With the Cataclysm, he is much more concerned about his wife. He appreciates you coming to her rescue. She is still keen to
explore
doors
the
of the vault
ocean, dude,
and take whatever as deep as you like.
Jeez.
Many of the islands have expeditions with totally new mechanics. So, for example, power, the creation of which has been lost to time.
Come on, where is
Objectives that are easy to.
I know it's
Atlas now
here
has
because
fixed
I
points of interest at specific
took a screenshot of it.
gates, and disarm them. Combat.
Oh.
The keys required to get to them. But we have added a lot more interesting things to find out there as well. There are now all sorts of mechanics that can spawn on maps in the wilderness. For example, some maps might spawn as a rogue exile hunting ground, containing multiple rogue exiles who are there to hunt rare spirits when used. Or this one, in the Fortress, the Atlas part of the storyline tree, and includes a ton of
Yeah,
new
look at this. See, you can fight 2 bosses. 2 bosses in the citadels.
mechanics that you can find both
man.
inside and outside the
that's-
fortress. But this is
that's
just one
more
of the
like
new
it.
storylines.
That's more like
So
the
let's talk about the
content.
next one now. Masters of the Atlas. Like this one, which adds a 25% chance to upgrade.
Just trying to find that Mage Blood. Where was it, man? Where was it? I think it's got to be back here.
An incredible challenge. Finding the key. There are now a rogue exile hunting upon them in the middle of a fight and be able to take out both of them. Discover many new areas.
Find. Eventually, you will find the island that Gwenin has been holed up on. It turns out that she has found the tomb of an ancient Kalguran, Medved. While she appreciates you coming to her rescue, she is still
It's
keen
gotta
to
be
blow
completely
open the doors
busted,
of the
yeah.
vault and take whatever you can.
Both up bosses. We wanted it to be easy to swap between them depending on what you're doing.
Just got to look at the screenshot.
As you
again.
unlock each master, they will appear on the side of the screen. Delirium encounters. Now this is more. You can see you will encounters.
Yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes.
You
Like,
encounter
wow.
odds of your work, notables on it. Missing them. Each area as a use function. Example, liquid.
What the heck is going on here? Come on, where is it? Look, we've got all these skill trees. Come on, I know they showed it. Got the Genesis tree. Yeah, athlete. That's got to be it, man. Like, let's be honest. What else could it be? Oh, I think I got it here. I think it's coming up here. Yeah. So this yeah, okay, so I know what this. They showed it as a ritual reward.
The rite will begin in a nearby forest.
They're showing ritual now.
So for example,
That's what
if you go in this direction, you gain significantly more tribute. But if you go in this direction, the uniques in the reward window will turn into currency instead.
Yeah. There it is. There it is there. So yeah. They changed ritual to work so it's only going to reward you with uniques and omens. So that's right there. If you have that, the foretold bounty, the way I understand it is that's telling you that's what your reward will be in the ritual if you go and do that map, the ritual in that map. Mage Blood. Fucking crazy, dude. Wait, it's not going to be in the patch notes, is it? It's not. No, they're not going to put what it does in the. No, it's not going to be. We're just going to have to discover what it does. Are you kidding? It's right there. Yep. No kidding. Yeah. Are we sure that's what we get for it? Of course, no. We have to find out. We have to wait and see. But what else could it be? What do you think it would be? I think that's for sure. Just gonna be more charm slots. Permanent uptime, you know. Because I mean that's Mage Blood. I don't think they're gonna change. Everyone knows Mage Blood that plays, so I don't think they're gonna change the way it works. But obviously, yeah, it's just not the same. Going to be a little different, but the idea is still going to be the same. And you know, yeah, they gave us Headhunter. It works just the same. So.
And also sometimes get offered specific items that will be added as rewards.
See?
So in this case, you'll have to choose if you want to get 5 Chaos Orbs or a Mage Blood. A difficult decision, I'm sure. Now, as this is one continuous ritual, the encounters in the next map won't start from scratch. They contain all the monsters that were gathered from the rituals of the previous map as well.
Oh,
making
wow.
them harder and harder.
You guys hear that?
And that
That's
includes
crazy.
the map boss too. You will need to defeat both map bosses in the final encounter for your
Oh, wow. So look what they've done to Ritual. Ritual is going to be actually difficult.
next. If that includes the map bosses of the next.
Listen to that again.
Now, as this is one continuous ritual, the encounters in the next map won't start from scratch. They contain all the monsters that were gathered from the rituals of the previous map as well, making them harder and harder. And that includes the map boss too. You will need to defeat both map bosses in the final encounter for your next effigy piece.
Jeez, wow.
And it still doesn't end there. Pick another map, another reward, and add another map boss to continue until the ritual of the Nameless is complete.
Jeez.
It will take
holy.
5 maps in all, and will be an incredible challenge.
Look at all the maps. Look at all the bosses here. I feel like that is still underpowered. Yeah. Yeah, because charms. What are charms, right? The charms aren't anything special. So maybe we're in for a big surprise of some kind. It's got to be a powerful unique. So it's true. Well, yeah, and if you consider, look at what they're doing here with Ritual, and just all the changes, all the new end game difficult content. There's reason for that Mageblood to be really strong, really powerful. You're fighting 5 bosses in one ritual here. Like, the rituals stack, they don't reset with each new map. That's nuts.
But once complete, you can return to the Wildwood to perform the final rite. Transfer your name to the effigy, adorn the crown of the Nameless King, and enter the prison. Now, of course, once the Pinnacle boss is complete, the League doesn't end there. As you do rituals on the Atlas, you can continue to give tribute to the King in the Mists for another audience.
They did so good with this, man. Yep.
Pick another forest to begin the Rite of the Nameless once more.
Look at that. See that? Foretold bounty, 1 divine orb. So if you go and click that, then that's just a reward that you're gonna get in your ritual window. The ritual looks way better, man.
Another forest.
How's PoE 2 running after the upgrade? Yeah. Oh, it's really good. Really good. Yeah. Feels great. Crisp, smooth. Very, very pleased. Very pleased. Yep. Definitely gonna want to get into the end game with a very strong character, with a lot more going on, and then test it there. But I'm sure it's gonna be great. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's been great. It's been great. It's been so great, my voice keeps cracking. Holy shit.
To begin the Rite of the Nameless once more, and this time with a harder Pinnacle boss and new unique items to find. Of course, we've also significantly upgraded the Ritual Atlas tree. Get points by
Look at all the trees. Not only did they give us one big Atlas tree for just generic map progression, but even all the mechanics, the trees for the mechanics. Look at how much more points there are here. 31 points. And yeah, so you can get all the points in the trees here too? That's crazy. Wow.
Completing maps in the Wildwood, and you'll be able to unlock some pretty cool nodes. Some of them affect the Rite of the Nameless, like this one, which extends its duration.
There's some
you thought
real
fighting 5 map bosses at once was
serious
hard?
end
How
game
about 6?
stuff here, man.
Or this one, which makes maps during the Rite have more reward mods, often having 2.
version.
You also have nodes that allow things to combine with other content, like this one, which gives a chance for rituals to be created inside summoning circles.
I got the
adding
wrong
a random boss
drivers,
to the ritual
typing
encounter.
the wrong drivers installed.
There is even a node which adds a new type of possible ritual, the Audience with the Queen, which causes the Bride of the King to sometimes appear. Okay, so that's ritual. But let's have a look at what this means for endgame content as a whole for Path of Exile 2. When you include the expedition changes made by the League, we have a total of 5 new endgame storylines, each of which has a hub, crafting systems, areas to explore, NPCs, and a Pinnacle boss as a capstone. Not to mention the Masters of the Atlas storyline as well. But more importantly, you now have immediate quests as soon as you arrive at the endgame, and goals with obvious progressions that you can see how to finish.
Yep.
Each endgame questline has a progress bar that you can pop out from the side of the Atlas screen at any time.
Crazy,
This
man.
shows you how far through you are,
Crazy.
and buttons that will take you to the hubs for them. Overall, it's just a way better endgame experience with a significant number of fun objectives to complete.
I can't believe
But
it.
just in case you didn't have enough goals, we did have one other thing that you might want to complete this league. These are called challenge leagues after all. Where are all the challenges?
There it is.
Well, players of Path of Exile 1 will be used to the fact that each league comes with a series of challenges that you can complete in order to prove that you are indeed the best. We haven't done these yet in Path of Exile 2, but it's time to change that. If you're able to complete them, you'll earn pieces of the Knight of Alder armor set.
It's a pretty good armor set.
Opening the challenge screen will show
Pretty
you a
good.
series of 8 challenges. After completing each one, anyone in chat or in the forums will be able to see your prowess.
Check out my skills.
In addition, you'll get a statue to put in your hideout
pretty
showing
nice-
anyone you trade
pretty
with
nice
how many
statue for the
challenges you've
hideout.
completed.
It's pretty detailed.
You'll earn the first piece of the armor set after doing 2 challenges, and the full armor set after completing all 8. So that covers all the content you'll encounter in Return of the Ancients. But what about some new tools to fight against these new pinnacles with? Well, we also have some new Ascendancy classes as well, but to introduce them, I'll hand you guys back to Mark.
As Jonathan said, we have 2 new classes to show you today, the Spirit Walker and the Martial Artist. Let's start with the Huntress's new class, the Spirit Walker. The Spirit Walker has developed an affinity with the Asmerian animal spirits. She is able to infuse the power of multiple spirits at her choosing. On the bottom part of the class you will find paths for each wisp you would like to commune with, be they primal, vivid, or wild. Each one can give you different abilities that align with the stag, owl, or bear. Each ability gives you a method to become possessed by wisps of that type, and a new ability when you spend them. The stag allows you to summon stampedes when you attack. The owl grants boons in the form of their feathers, which adds extra projectiles and enhances the projectile speed of your next skill. And the bear simply summons a giant bear companion to your side. The bear will maul, slam.
Oh boy, we need it. We need it now, man. We need it.
Things which
in here too.
I assume you're going to bring up a couple others that are left unresolved, and
certainly,
hopefully, maybe
at some point in this interview, he asked about Mage Blood. Where? Let's see if I can find it. It's going to be hard to find.
One of them's resolved, we'll see.
Well, the next one was Rarity, reprising our earlier discussions on Rarity from the last Q&A. Well, the next...
There's a few, you know, we're not sitting idly not doing it. We've got, like, you know, some Chronomancer stuff. There's a whole...
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it. Endgame deep dive.
I'm very happy to see that the world... They do Atlas.
Okay, Softworks mode is even better than cool. Like in all of those points of interest, like I don't know if we really showed it, like exploring that this is like, you know, like things, and it's really adding all that extra depth that like makes an actually interesting thing. And like part of the reason why we identified that is because like when we came to write a quest line for them, well, we need those kind of like a few
allocate, and so you don't have to just like hunker down and sit in the fortress for like a few options there as well if we want.
And so on as well, because like for people, because you know you've got like especially after juicing and everything, like that can be quite a lot.
A bit too much, was it?
Yeah.
Speaking of things like the completion, there's a few other little bits where people are like, "Oh, I got to do every league tree," juice versions of it, and so
so you can do that stuff.
Turn a map into a simulacrum.
Like we should
going up to the pinnacle. You can just shortest path to.
There's challenges, right? Like part of
on expedition, like as
things that I do want to change all the time because it depends on what like maps I'm.
Really hard to say, of course. And for technically, we want to ways to do this now.
Evaluating, or how do you feel about that?
Now I'm just completing maps. You
work on layout stuff, and they address that stuff typically. Just
things like, well, yeah, as I said, all the multi-choice
for
like exile.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to. It's like a needle in a haystack trying to find a specific topic in here.
Like your goal so much because you don't have the experience for that anyway.
Yeah.
Kingsman.
Well, they just mentioned Mage Blood briefly and just said, you know, people have to wait. People have to go and find it and discover it for themselves. Yeah. Guys, gonna head off. Want to say thanks to Hypering. Thanks to Athlete. Trickster. Thanks for hanging, you guys. Looking forward to more leveling practice this week and patch notes on Thursday as we count down the days. Enjoy working your way through the rest of that campaign there, Hypering. You're almost through. And we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for hanging. Athlete, all the best. Grats again on the new position. And GG, guys. Peace.